to transform or to add some value to what we are seeing there by way of moving it from stage A to stage B, definitely we won't have a lot of onions getting rotten.
Yeah, and if you look behind the paper and go through the article, you will see that it's broken down into different segments. So it starts with situation in the area, the cause, everything is gone.
Yeah.
Excessive fertilizer use, and the last one, which is the sad one, no insurance. So Mr. Ibrahim further explained that there's no form of insurance or government support for traders in the onions business.
Well, we'll move straight into it and see how that one is also going to be resolved by the Agric Minister, Eric Opoku. Definitely will come to your doorstep so that you help people at Ajay Nkotuku as the onions get rotten. On the front page of the Daily Guide, Parliament okays Bafo Boni, National Service Authority scandal, give to your worry out. Osaya Sibe bill now 623 million Ghana cedis. 2026 budget statement, government unveils sweeping VAT reforms. Still on the front page, government withdraws over 1.4 billion Ghana cedis from DACF, that is the District Assembly Common Fund account. This is the minority alleging, and also Aliu Mahama 13th Adwa will be done on Sunday. Yes, on the front page of the Daily Guide.
All right, so let's head to the Chronicles. On the front page of the Chronicles, we have Mahama to build second Akosombo Dam. CJ approval, how Bagman halted minority delay tactics. And Donkwa Hini, Dentra Hini in standoff over FUNRA regulations. And we have the Bible verse here coming from Galatians 5:15. But if you bite and devour one another, watch out that you are not consumed by one another.
Okay, so on the front page of the Ghanaian Point, Chief of Staff Julius Debra offers sincere condolences to families of Elwak Stampede victims. 2026 budget at forcing abolishes COVID-19 levy, cuts VAT rate. Appointment committee endorses Justice Paul Bafo Boni for Chief Justice role. Minority calls for nationwide suspension of military recruitment after Elwak tragedy. Former NPA boss Dr. Mustafa Abdul Hamid sues OSP for 20 million Ghana cedis over alleged defamation. And on the front page, you can see the pictures of the ex-CEO of NPA, Dr. Mustafa Hamid, and also the special prosecutor, Kisi Ejaben.
All right, so on the front page of the News Center, Mobile Money Fintech Limited to run MTN Ghana's mobile money business. Detailed breakdown of how 357 billion Ghana cedis will be spent in 2026. The big one here, 4.8% growth, 357 billion Ghana cedis expenditure. Primary surplus of 1.5% of GDP in 2026, and that's by Dr. Ato Forson. Parliament approves Justice Paul Bafo Boni as new CJ. And lastly, Tano North MP condemns mass arrest in Ahafo region.
On the front page of the Herald newspaper, fraudsters, depression, and poor crowd control blamed in Elwak Stampede. Chief military recruiter fired.
Sorry, he said depression?
Yes, desperation rather.
Oh, right.
So that's desperation.
So I was like, how does this depression? I was like, how does depression come into this?
So fraudsters, desperation, and poor crowd control blamed in Elwak Stampede. This, they said a chief military recruiter fired. Energy Minister distributes 457,000 LPG stove soon. Remarks at press briefing lands OSP in 20 million Ghana cedis defamation. IGP denies neglecting ailing police officers. Finance Minister throws numbers around from 2026 budget.
All
On
right.
the front page of Herald newspaper. I think today the Herald, I still can see some figures here. Yeah, like you've observed. So
a lot of figures.
a lot of figures. Anyway, that's it on the front page of the Herald newspaper.
All right, so my last paper here is the Inquisitor. And on the front page of the Inquisitor, search for new Chief Justice. Paul okayed by Parliament after vetting. Napoleon's victims of Elwak Stadium tragedy calls for urgent reforms. Julius Debra unveils government-private sector agenda for 24-hour economy. NPA bus calls on Kufuor ahead of NPA at 20 celebrations. And the last one here, GSA hosts to import and export firms. And that's what we have on the front page of the Inquisitor.
On the front page of the Insight, government scraps COVID-19 levy. Ghana's investment delegation concludes successful tour of India. EPA Deputy Director hails Mahama, applauds government united front against Galamsey. That is Eugene Enji vows to restore discipline in NPP. This is coming from the NPP side. A true pillar of dedication, celebrating Alhaji Osman Abdullah's service to Ewutu Senya East NDC. Over 1 million years of children. Is that 1 million years? Yeah, 1 million years of children's life lost in Gaza during Israel's genocide. Steady finds. Also, finally, political war erupts in Senegal between President Faye and Prime Minister Sonko. Yeah, this is what you can find on the front page of the Insight newspaper. And before you just come in quickly with the online one, let's do this with a custodian. It says the minority accuses Atuforsen of illegal 1.4 billion Ghana cedis DACF withdrawal. Invitation, yes, on the 13th Adwa for late VIP Abdullah Aliu Mahama. This is happening on November 16th, this Sunday. Government to suspend over 357 billion Ghana cedis in, rather, to spend. Government to spend, rather, over 357 billion Ghana cedis in 2026. And the minority demands suspension of military recruitment exercise, dragging Ahafo residents to Kumasi and fair and unjust. This is from the Tana North MP who held a press conference yesterday, Dr. Gideon Bwako. And Mahama unveils in Nkukwan initiative to reduce poultry import. But this one, yesterday, from the reports we had at the various centers where the recruitment exercise was ongoing, that is the military. Some applicants indicated that it's going on smoothly and all that. I think that the military may have put all the correct things in place, may have dotted their I's and crossed their T's to ensure that at least the right things are done so that people would go through the process seamlessly, so that at least there wouldn't be challenges again. Because what we saw a day before yesterday was really an eyesore that led to the casualties. So if really some actions have been put in place to ensure that what is best is done, is a step in the right direction.
And you know, apart from, you know, those who lost their lives and the families that are mourning, it's actually very traumatic for a lot of people that were present, a lot of people that also saw, you know, how some of these events turned out. If you head to TikTok, you know, people are using the platform to share their experience. And if you hear some of the stories, I can imagine the sort of trauma one will be going through. There will be sleepless nights, definitely. There will be some PTSD when the person sees crowd. There will be some sort of anxiety. I just pray everyone gets through this, honestly.
Yesterday, some government officials visited some of the victims, the families, and one of the deceased mother indicated that she actually didn't hear of the news. She didn't hear from her daughter again because when she was calling, her daughter's phone was off, just to be told by somebody that, oh, your daughter has been stepped on at Elwak Sports Stadium and all that, which was very sad. And from the way she narrated the story, you can tell that, oh, this is a very, very, very sad situation that should never happen again. I keep saying that you are going in to look for what you would feed on or what you survive on just to lose your life. This should never be the story of anyone, and it shouldn't happen in this country again. But I like the fact that at least the government officials are putting in all needed measures to ensure that the individuals who are receiving treatment at the 37 military hospital get the best, and also consoling the various families that have lost their loved ones. 6 lives were lost in that process, which shouldn't happen. But Chris, what do you have on the news portals?
All right, so on the portals, we're going to be starting with channel1newsonline.com. The big one here, a divided house won't win power. Afinyo Markin cautions minority. Then on the back of, what happened at Elwak, government won't abandon survivors of military recruitment tragedy, and that's by the gender minister. Mahama commissions phase 1 and 2 of Tema Port expansion project. $31 billion transferred abroad with no goods imported, Ato Forson reveals. Parliament approves Ghana Scholarships Authority bill. 24-hour economy to boost agro-industrialization and jobs. And that's by the Finance Minister, Ato Forson. 2026 budget. Government allocates over 400 million Ghana cedis to Women Development Bank. And still on the 2026 budget, government allocates 110 million to boost 24-hour economy. And that's by the Finance Minister still. 150 million Ghana cedis allocated for Black Stars World Cup participation. And still on that, agriculture remains the heartbeat of Ghana's economy. This is Ato Forson asserting. Accra Kumasi Expressway to feature 8 interchange and 20 lanes automated toll plazas. And still, that's by Ato Forson. And still on what Ato Forson said, government to complete 10 Agenda 111 hospitals in 2026. And lastly, government to build 1,200 MW state-owned thermal power plant.
Okay.
There you have it.
So on citynewsroom.com, 2026 budget prioritizes digital skills, creative arts to boost economy. This is very important because the creative arts industry, they've been complaining.
I'm suffering.
Yeah.
Yesterday,
when you made mention of the Kumawood, that's what we've been seeing then on TV, and that is what we love, and that is who we are, bringing it to our level and also trying to promote what we have in this country. So on the 2026 budget, government to equip 50 districts with over 4,000 machines. This is from the Finance Minister. Peace Council mourns victims of the Ghana Armed Force recruitment stampede, calls for reforms. Very important. KKD appointed Ghana's special envoy to the Caribbean region. And also 2026 budget, government setting up $500 million oil palm development finance facility. This is also coming from the Finance Minister. Still on the budget, 200 million Ghana cedis allocated for construction of mini stadiums. This is coming from the Finance Minister as well. Mahama commissions phase 1 and phase 2 of Tema Port expansion. 24-hour economy lacks clarity in 2026 budget, and this is coming from the minority leader, that is Alexander Apenyo Markin Shakespeare, criticizing government on that. And also review recruitment strategy. This is from Baumia, that is a former vice president who is actually hoping to be the flag bearer of for the 2028 elections, that is on the ticket of the NPP. He's telling the Ghana Armed Forces after the deadly stampede. Parliament passes Ghana Scholarship Authority bill. Let's move back to the budget. 24-hour economy to drive job creation and agri-business growth in Ghana. Still on the budget, government allocates 110 million Ghana cedis for 24-hour economy project or programs. Then 2026 budget again, government rolling out 2-year initiative to end double track. This is from the Finance Minister. Government again to build 600 new schools, provide free textbooks for basic learners. Still on the budget, government to complete 10 abandoned Agenda 111 projects. This is from the finance minister. And of course, like we indicated, the finance minister will be breaking down a number of things here on the show later in the morning, both on radio and on TV. But Chris, I can see an article here that has been written by Juliana Odaming on President Samia Hussein, asking whether it's test or affront to gender advocacy. I'm sure what happened on social media, and a number of people are actually
Everybody's
using
talking about it.
people are actually using a win-win-win-win song in a powerful.
Yeah.
And they're asking that will she come and arrest them after
Come and arrest
the
all of
other
us.
use.
No, but I actually like the solidarity that everyone doing the challenge is standing for, because obviously there's no sane country or a sane environment where someone will actually be, convicted like that because of a dance challenge. I mean, a death penalty because of a dance challenge doesn't, it doesn't gel. She didn't steal, she didn't do anything, she just danced. And the dance that we even saw was such a cute dance. She's such a good dancer. She didn't make any signs of violence, nothing.
I'm really thinking, let me just give you excerpts of what the article is saying. This is really written by Juliana Odaming. When Samia Hussein assumed office as Tanzania's first female president, her increase or her momentum was hailed. And across, across Africa and beyond as a milestone for women's political representation. A Muslim woman ascending to the highest seat of power in the country with a deep patriarchal traditions was seen as a powerful symbol of change and a beacon of gender equality in leadership. However, the euphoria that once surrounded her leadership was given away to unease and disappointment. Recent political development in Tanzania have raised serious questions about the president's commitment to democracy, inclusivity, and the very values that propelled her to historic prominence. So, except of just what the article is, you would want to go in there and read more details of the article. Then you see what we are talking about it when it comes to what is really trending on social media and all that, and how people are saying that, well, she has changed. She has really changed.
The true color has come out.
Really? Let's bring you more. What do you have on Ghana Weekend?
All right, so on Ghana Weekend, our portal for everything entertainment, let's check out some of the headlines that we have here. Government to rehabilitate the National Theatre builds second in Kumasi. 2026 budget, government to establish film fund to support Kumawood. I think it should go all around, not just Kumawood. That's what I think.
Do we have a movie industry now?
Oh, yes.
I think you are in it.
Yes.
Is it Gollywood?
Yes. We've always had a movie industry, but what I think is that we don't have the right investment.
I feel
we don't have the right investment.
Nollywood is trying to pull most of our good actors.
It's not that it's trying to pull most of your good actors. The good actors need Nollywood to survive and their craft to survive. Because they need to be paid, don't they? They need to feed their families, don't they? So sometimes you even see very good actors acting very subpar movies. YouTube films. I'm not saying YouTube films are not great. Some are actually very shot with good quality, but some of them are shot in a day. Some of them are shot in a rush. But some of these great actors are on net, obviously, because they need to feed their families. That's their craft. That's what they know. That's why they get money.
But you think that much attention have not been paid, or we've not paid much attention to the movie industry in this Ghana?
I think the private sector is not really included in the film industry, because at the end of the day, every investor wants to know what's my return in investment. If you can explain that, then the investor will definitely put money inside. But I think the problem is They don't even know how to explain that. Okay, this is how we are going to get our money back.
Yes, I was about asking you that
Yeah.
how is the producer going to make money? Because in the past you sell CDs, you sell cassettes, and people will buy. But
Yeah.
now, as soon as you are done with the movie, it's on YouTube. People are now streaming on YouTube.
Yeah.
I knew YouTube is going to pay you some amount
Yeah.
of money. But how do you get substantial enough or an amount of money to do other productions?
So you see, when you look at Ghana, there's just how many cinemas? Like 2 cinemas.
Silverbird?
Silverbird and the other one.
Which
at
other one?
West Hill Mall. I think it's still Silverbird.
Is it Silverbird?
Yeah,
Yes,
so
Silverbird.
it's just 2 cinemas.
Yeah.
So one in Accra Mall
Yeah.
and then one in West
West
Hill.
Hills Mall.
But it shouldn't be like that. We should have more. We should actually have more than that. Do you understand? So that's how people actually make money in Nigeria. Because if you see most of the movies in Nigeria, let me just go through some of the highest grossing movies in Nigeria. Everybody Loves Jennifer. That's by Funke Akindele.
Okay.
And that one went into billions.
Oh, we're into billions?
Yeah, into billions in Naira.
Oh, okay.
So that's definitely millions.
Millions in cedis.
In cedis and
Okay.
millions
In
in
dollars.
dollars.
Okay.
Do you understand? A Tribe Called Judah, by the same person again.
Okay.
But the same person again went into billions too. So Battle of Booker Street, she is part again.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like 3 or 4 of her movies are just like highest grossing, highest grossing, highest grossing. And it's shown across all cinemas. It's shown across all cinemas. So before it even gets on some of the platforms that we watch them on, the streaming platforms, she's made money through the cinemas. Like she's made the film money. She's made the money that she used to pay all the actors. She's made extra.
Wow.
There's so many cinemas everywhere in Nigeria. So I think that's what's helping them. So now, after that, they now start working with the streaming platforms. Sometimes some of these movies are actually, discussed with the streaming platform already to know that, okay, you're not even going to show it on cinema. This is where it's going to come. So everyone has to come here.
Wow.
So some movies are not in the cinema. Some movies are just right on that streaming platform, and you will not even see it on YouTube.
Anyway, so I think enough financing or enough investments must be pushed into the movie industry so that people would be able to at least get the
And I
best.
think producers need to find very innovative ways to market their movies and start letting investors, especially investors from the private sector. People want to invest, but the problem is, if I invest, how am I getting my money back?
It's true.
So-
Maybe we will have further conversation on it, but let's move away from this.
Yeah.
Just because we need to do the sector on the railway thing.
Yeah.
We go for a quick break. When we come back, definitely we are going to bring you the sector conversation on the railway. This week has been very frustrating. People throwing stone at the train and all that. The train hitting a boy on the railway line and all that. It's sad.
It's weird.
It's sad.
It's weird, and you wonder why people also want to cross railway lines.
I'm asking questions.
And then you can see the train coming on.
Yes.
Like you can literally see it from far, but
Wow.
it still hits.
By the way, the boss is in studio. We'll have conversations on that. But we have this one there, win-win challenge. We will just use it to go on a break quickly, and then that's it. Okay, so stay with us. We'll be back with more on the show.
Hey, Ghana. So you people know Miss Brother Man small. If you knew, it's your boy, Kill them all, kill them all. But this time, I'm not only killing mosquitoes, though. I am killing the great. See? This wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have the perfect mosquito-free atmosphere. Thank you, Out Insecticide. And yeah, Out Mosquito Coil. For a mosquito-free atmosphere, trust Out to... You are not serious.
Out Insecticide. So ya boa, faha.
Christmas, my favorite time of the year.
This festive season, Volta Serene Hotel invites you to experience the magic of Christmas and New Year like never before. From 20th of December to the 1st of January, step into a world of joy, music, laughter, and celebration. We begin on the 20th with a soulful carols night, filling the air with warmth and melody. Then, on 23rd and 24th of December, arrive in style as we welcome you with fresh coconut and local treats. Christmas Day brings pure delight, exciting moments for kids, relaxing escape for adults, and an elegant all-white dinner under the stars, crowned with a spectacular fireworks display. On Boxing Day, embrace culture and rhythm, from picnics and traditional dance to an unforgettable high life and old school night. As the week unfolds, enjoy movie night, live music, karaoke, and endless fun, until we welcome 2026 with a breathtaking fireworks show on New Year's Eve. Special Christmas packages starting from $4,050 for individuals, $5,250 for couples, and 8,900 Ghana cedis for a family of 4 for 2 nights. Call or WhatsApp 0541 539 867 or 0362 025 243 to book your experience today. Volta Serene Hotel. Feel the serene touch.
Making and selling. In Africa, too hard? Not anymore.
Afro quality.
Buy African, build Africa.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
I'm
the second coming.
Into all this tension, just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Trotro from Kaswa, dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late, of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Go be the luckiest. Go be from Georgia, be luckiest. From not the cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it away, so would the coming of the son of man be. Is that his car?
Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, mommy, a simple direction. Mr. Good Luck no me way.
Yeah, man. Easy kwa. Or dial star 712 hash.
The devil is a liar.
He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
I'm his birthday.
Oh, how romantic.
And he followed the prompts. Yes. And then boom. Confirmation test.
One quick, pick 5 numbers for me, okay? I'm feeling like 7.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, baby, our family payment before December, may release a motivational album. Patapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
And of course, we are grateful that you stayed with us here on Channel One TV on Breakfast Daily. It's a Friday. And on Fridays, we enter into some of the sectors. Yes, last week, we brought you what was happening in the agric sector, where farmers have been complaining about the food glut and all that, asking the government to do the needful. Again, this week, we've seen a number of issues with the railway line and the Tema in Pakadan railway line that is in operation now. Some individuals have just taken the railway line to themselves and they are doing what they want. But then again, we are going to get into details with these issues and conversations around it. And in studio, of course, is no other person than Dr. Frederick Apo, who is the Chief Executive Officer for the Ghana Railway Development Authority, for us to delve into issues like this and all that. Doc, good morning.
Good morning.
I trust you are doing well.
Doing well, thank you.
Before we enter into the conversation proper, let's give our viewers some bit of understanding what happened. We have a report that has been put together concerning what happened on Tuesday, the accident that happened on the Tema in Pakadan railway line.
Was reportedly walking along the edge of the track with earphones in his ears, which may have prevented him from hearing the train's repeated warning horns as it approached. Despite several attempts by the train operator to alert him, the young man failed to respond before being struck. Jesus! Since the start of commercial operations on October 1, 2025, the Tema in Pakadan train service has recorded 4 separate stone-throwing incidents, the latest on Tuesday, November 11, which damaged the windscreen of one of the DMU trains. There have also been ongoing concerns about encroachers occupying sections of the railway corridor and ignoring safety precautions when trains are in motion.
We've had 4 stone attacks on our train services. The first incident occurred in the first week of the service, where we had a stone thrown from Ashiaman area into the windscreen. The damaged windscreen has been replaced, was replaced at the time, and the subsequent weeks was followed by attempted attacks as well as stones parked on the rail. When stones are parked on the rail, it can derail the train. And normally we are taking passenger numbers of up to about 250 or in some cases 370 passengers on board. This could lead to catastrophic accident or incident and possible loss of life.
Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Railway Development Authority, Frederick Apo, told Channel One News that removing residents who have illegally settled along the railway line is essential to prevent further incidents and ensure the safety of both passengers and railway staff.
We have given, soft notification that they have to move away from there. So yes, the possible cause of this might be the encroachers who are basically living there in temporary structures, and we are working with Tema Metropolitan Assembly and the TDC to remove all of them. We have to. Failure to do that will put the passenger services at risk.
Now, for the Railway Authority, it is still investigating these attacks. But one thing is certain: it will evict encroachers along the railway line in order to prevent a similar incident, just like an individual was being hit, from repeating. Reporting for Channel One News from the Tema Railway Station, I am Manuel Aye.
So, of course, the CEO is in studio for us to delve deeper into it. CEO, how are you handling all these issues? 4 stone thrones to the very DMUs that we've been using on the railway line.
Yeah, good morning to your viewers. It doesn't surprise me because I've seen it all before. But I think the intentional attacks makes it worrying. For once, I thought we as citizens will be happy to see the railway services in operation. But here's the case that we've had 4 stone attack. First one to the windscreen, we have replaced it. The next one was to the side windscreen. On Monday was to the shield, and on Monday again we had another one straight to the windscreen again. So We are working with the police services and the national security to ascertain the root cause of all these. But like I mentioned earlier in the week during my interview with Manuel, we think that having illegal encroachers is also posing a massive risk to the safety of the trains.
Have you been able to identify or arrest these individuals?
Yes, we have made, in the first instance, we made an arrest of a minor who was paid 20 cedis to do what he did.
Was paid?
He was paid to do what he did.
Why?
I don't know. And the possible cause is for the police, the Tema Divisional Police, to assist us in the investigation. Who paid him and what was the motive behind it, I cannot tell. But for once, you know, I am surprised. I've been in this industry for a very long time, but I'm very surprised to see that, you know, the physical asset or the asset that we have operating on the railway infrastructure is being attacked by individuals. Yes, you can allude to, you know, we have alleged report of possible root causes, but I am not going to sit here to preempt. I would want the investigation body to investigate who are behind these things and how we can prevent them in the future.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm still amazed. 20 Ghana cedis being given to an individual to do this.
Yes,
anyway.
Yeah.
But how is operation on the line going?
Oh, fantastic. I think basically we have reached in terms of the DMUs that we have for the standard gauge, we've reached capacity. We are making over 370 because the train has got a seating capacity of 284 with additional 100 standing capacity. Every morning we are reaching capacity on the Afienya to Temahabo route in terms of each sort that we are doing. On the evening, we have increased it to about 7:30, 8 o'clock because of the workers at the Tema Industrial and the Temahabo. So the passenger service is going well. And so far, I am amazed as to what I'm seeing. And I'm hoping to, working with the board and the management as well as with the ministry, we need to look at how we can also improve services and introduce what I call the more trains on the line. But the future is bright on the Tema to Mpakadan. The passenger has been tested, it has passed. Now the focus has to be on how we are going to move the cargo. And that is because this is an intermodal transport system and it's a misuse line, which means that it caters for both the passenger service and also the bulk transportation. But the passenger service in most cases are social policy, you know, and the bulk cargo is what the focus is on in terms of revenue generation. And I'm optimistic in the coming year or maybe months, let's say early 2027, we should be seeing at least cargo transport on the Tema to Mpakadan.
So now you fully operational?
We are fully operational on the Tema to Mpakadan. Yes, Tema to Mpakadan railway line.
But you have to use the card system and all that in terms of the payment and how people are going to put money on the card. How is that one also going?
You see, the most important thing is that whilst passenger service is a social policy, we must also ensure that there is loss of revenue leakages, because whilst the government is trying to sustain this service, we must also try to maximize every revenue that we can get. So to avoid revenue leakages, the management decided to introduce a cashless system and as part of the operational strategy, and that has been excellent. Basically, I can tell you today how many, in terms of revenue, what we have straight on my phone. I don't have to, based on the passenger numbers, I can tell you that this is the amount of money that we got. And based on my fuel usage, I know that what I'm looking at in terms of my overhead for next week and everything. So it helps to also ensure that we don't have revenue leakages in the system. Most importantly, it also gives confidence to the passengers. You know, you can use it's an app, okay? You don't have to go and stand in line to buy the ticket. You can just do it on your app, show it on your phone, Google Play Store, or basically you can also have Apple Store to use it. And we also offer card for people that are not tech savvy. So you can buy the card at the ticket station, and you can use it anytime you go to the ticket station. So these are some of the what I call innovative ideas that we are introducing to make passenger service much more friendly. The next one we are looking at as management is to introduce a Wi-Fi system on board, so you can also be able to connect to the Wi-Fi and be able to use it as well while you are online, while you're on board the train, and to also provide experiences for students and other what we call it religious bodies who want to also have an experience on the train. So these are all ideas coming up, and with the Tema to Mpakadan, it was properly planned. And in terms of personalization, we plan it properly to ensure that we cater for all manner of passengers. So when you come there, you can see that your Lolo bar is packed. Okay. So it means that we are not just providing a train service from station to station. We are providing a door-to-door service. So once you get to the train station, you can take that your Lolo bus. We've also got the, let's say, those who can afford a little bit. So if you can afford Uber, boat, they are there. You can just do your boat and Uber. If you have your car and you want to park, you park for a mere 5 cedis for a day. Okay, then you just park and ride, and you take the train and you go there. So we are being a bit innovative and trying to provide what I call a friendly service to the very good people of the Tema to Adomi corridor.
Wow, that's a fantastic idea, but I'm sure that there will be some challenges you are really dealing with on the line, if not for the stone chew and other things with the encroachment and all that. What are some of the key challenges you are dealing with, and how are you managing these challenges?
I think, as reported by Manuel and your very good friend, it is the encroachment is an issue. We have unfortunately we have exposed lines. And exposed lines means that, simply put, you have the train on the ground, no fencing, people can cross the line as and when they desire. That is a problem. So when you have exposed lines, the tendency of accident or incidents is high. So the challenges that we have is also we have illegal encroaches along the right of way.
Wow.
People living in temporary structures or illegal structures. And in some cases, you have herdsmen bringing cow and cattle, whatever, sheep's crossing, and the train is moving. So, and we've spent a lot of money as an authority to educate people through our community sensitization program. But unfortunately, it's not sticking. Okay, I have particularly been part of that exercise where we go to schools, churches, and religious institutions and businesses to talk to them about the level of encroachment. But unfortunately, you have school children crossing the line in most cases, especially in the morning and the evening. So this makes the whole running of the train service quite difficult. But nonetheless, we have augmented the security. We have a railway security team that occupies the right of way. So we protect the line. But at the moment, we have 54 people every day. And we are also working with Tema Metropolitan Police, who have basically given us augmented our security forces, our security teams, by providing additional men and women to support in that.
So what the men and women are stationed
along the right of way.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
Yes, because unfortunately, if we don't do that, we might end up getting a lot of casualties. And I whilst it doesn't surprise me, I don't want us to be having that, because at the moment I want the service to be of an experience, not of a tragedy. So it is important that we need to augment it. Like I mentioned before, passenger service is a social policy. Now this line is designed for cargo, and I'm talking about 200 tons. So imagine being struck by a 200 tons train traveling at 50 miles an hour, 50 kilometers per hour. It will destroy you. It will literally destroy you. So the short-term mitigation action is just deploying what I call the railway temporary staff, working with the Tema Metropolitan and Ashaman Divisional Police Commanders to help us to man the line physically whenever we are running. We are also basically, we have embarked on our community sensitization program, which we are doing now. And the medium to long term is that we are going to do fencing to fence off the line. But of course, that is very expensive
Yeah, very.
and require. But what we are going to do immediately this year is that we are going to fence section of the high-risk areas like Tulaku, where they do Tulaku area. We are going to fence it, and we are going to work with the Tema Metropolitan Assembly to remove all the illegal encroaches, just to save lives. It's important that we save lives and protect livelihood. We are not here to basically, we are determined as an authority to run a safe service, but I'm also very cautious not to to prevent any incident or accident on the line.
Very.
Yes.
But the individuals who are living along the line, ideally, they are not supposed to be there.
Yes, they are not supposed to be there. So we have given the notices. But of course, as a central government agency, we have to rely on the Metropolitan Assembly or the local assembly to do the eviction by law.
Aren't we wasting too much time?
Yes, I am talking to my colleagues over there, and we are going to embark on it. And I'm very confident that it will be very soon. We are going to move everybody who are occupying the right of way. If you can show to, what happened on Tuesday was a tragedy, and we share and we have conveyed our sympathy to the family. We will be paying our respect to them, but it shouldn't happen. You cannot walk on the railway line with earphones.
Yes, of
you
course.
cannot, and you cannot jog on the railway lines. So we need to just try as much as possible to do what is needful to save lives, while also providing passenger service to the very good people all along the corridor.
We also understand the stealing of components of the rail line. Has it stopped, or is it still ongoing?
It has now minimized, because if you look at it, if you remember, back in March we did our first inspection, and this line was commissioned last year, but in November thereabout, and when we came into government and we did our first inspection of the line, we realized that we couldn't run the passenger service then. Most of the point machines and safety features have been taken by scrap dealers on the line. So we had to then do all the rectification work, which took us nearly up to October to complete. So theft is, compared to what we had in Q1 and Q2 of this year, since we started running the service, the situation of theft and in terms of our metal scraps has gone down, and we are also, with the help of the railway security team, with the help of also the track maintenance team, and we've got station masters, ticketing officers, platform attendants, and I think we are now also gaining the support of the community in terms of protecting the assets. So I can confidently say that we are doing well in terms of that aspect.
Beautiful. And I'm sure that we're moving away from the Tema in Pakadan railway line. Have you done audit on other railway lines that eventually will be coming up and will be benefiting other regions as well?
Yes, I think with Western Region, we are working, we are now looking into the preparation of works, and I'll be working with my colleague at Ghana Railway Company Limited, as well as the union. There's an exercise ongoing at the moment. Once that is complete, we will look at how to resume the Kojo Krom service for the very good people of Western Region. And that is where the whole railway started. And I am determined that the 2 DMUs must be put in use. So I'll be working with my colleague in terms of looking at how we can adopt the Tema to Pakadan model similarly on that line. Okay, and we are going to then run. So together with the board, we will make a plea to the minister to allow the authority to work with our sister company so that we can then resume services on the Western Region. But talking about Western Region, the key activity on the Western Region is the Western Railway Line. At the moment, the new standard gauge railway line development. Our contractor is on site. I was there yesterday. Work is ongoing at the moment. We are now at, we have laid the sub-ballast, the first layer, the second layer for the sub-ballast, and we are about to lay the rails all the way to Esueso. So once we get to Esueso, we are only 13.1 kilometers from Insuta, and the focus is to hold the 10 million metric tons of manganese from Insuta to Takra Depot. You can see that at the moment, this government is spending a lot of money on infrastructure, on the roads and everything like that. But if we spend all this money on the roads and we still keep the over 100 tons of trucks on our roads, it will not last beyond 3 years. So the railway is there to take the burden of the road so that our road can last, whilst we can then take all the dangerous goods and the tons to the rails. We are making progress, and I'm very happy to see the progress myself yesterday during the site visit, and I'm very confident of this government intention to complete the Western Railway line, if not at all, to Isuta.
But have you visited what's the name, the one at Insawam, the Kotoku one? Recently we've had issues of people stealing the railway lines and all that, stealing all the stills and all that. Have you seen it for yourself?
I have seen it for myself. We've been there, and at the moment, in terms of Insawam line, let me be clear. You know, the Insawam line was part of the rationalization exercise that occurred last year for the removal. We were not in government. And most people who live in Insawam can attest to this, that the lines were removed last year. The focus is that now, if you look at the narrow gauge from Tamahabo to Accra, we are looking at the rehabilitation of that. That is a narrow gauge. So, but what we have from Tema to Impagadan is a standard gauge. So what it simply means is that you cannot run the same trains that we are having on the, let's say, it's Tema Harbour to Insawam line. You cannot run it. So you need the old trains to run that. So we are making a rehabilitation of that line, and soon you are going to see that we are running the service. The service are being run by our sister company, Ghana Railway Company Limited, on the 6:30 and the 5 o'clock train services once a day. Once a day. Yeah, so which is not great. But we are looking at how to improve that. But from Insawam, you see, it is important that that policy directive has to come from the minister. And I wouldn't want to preempt that at the moment.
But even though it has to come from the minister, there will be some ideas that at least you'll be cooking. Is there any plan for Accra Kumasi?
Oh, Accra Kumasi is that. Have you looked at the budget? Read the budget is there. Yes, and the Accra to Kumasi, it will be one of what I call, in terms of suburban rail. So I wouldn't talk about high-speed rail. Let's talk about suburban rail for the benefit of the doubt, because at the moment high-speed rail, in terms of its construction, is very expensive. You are looking about $32 million per kilometer. But for the suburban rail, you are looking at a speed of up to about 125 kilometers per hour that can be implemented. Yes, there has been a feasibility study done already on the Eastern Corridor. That's the Accra Kumasi is the Eastern Railway line, and at the moment we will be in discussion with the Minister of Finance so that we can open that for PPP, private partnership. And we are looking. We've met a lot of investors since we came, and the potential is there for the Accra Kumasi route in terms of passenger numbers as well as haulage, and it's something that is in the pipeline. We are looking to meet potential investors, but officially it has to go to the PR office, and also working with the PPP committee to officially launch this for tender.
Recently, the president's made mention of the expansion of the Tema Port to Dawa. That is the railway line there. What is the update with that?
Oh yes, at the moment we are working on that. At the moment we have communicated officially to yes, it's a directive that we have to follow through. You see, we are building a new industrial city at Dawa, and the idea is that we need to connect the line to Afienya to provide the what we call a connecting line from Dawa all the way to Temahabo, as well as to Accra. This is strategically important, because if you look at the number of people who will be working at Sagleme and Dawa, most people will be residing in Afienya. How do you expect these people to go to work? You need the railway services to be able to ease the transport. Now, if I told you about, I made mention about Tema to Impakadan. Now, you see that Afienya to Temahabo, we are always over capacity. Sometimes we can't take the passengers, because normally people have to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning, travel to Tema, industrial area of Temahabo. Now the same person is waking up at 6:30 in the morning, and by 6:52 he is at Tema Harbour, 22 minutes. Okay, so productivity goes up. He is much more happier. Okay, and they are enjoying family time. Similarly, the Dawa industrial area is a very strategic area. So we are in the process of doing an assessment of how we are going to acquire the land. That is the first thing. Once we've done the land acquisition, we will then have to look at the possibility of the construction in terms of costing and how we are going to also develop it. That is not the problem. The problem now is to be able to acquire the right of way, and we are working with all stakeholders concerned to make sure that we can acquire the right of way. Once the acquisition has been done, then you are going to, of course, hear about the future development of the line to Afienya. What it also simply means is that once we connect the line to the Tema Harbour to Mpakadan line, we need to also look at possible expansion of the line. Okay, it cannot be a single track. We need to look at the possibility of increasing or adding another layer of a rail track to augment the capacity on the line. So that is something that we are going to look at. That. So that is also in the pipeline, and we are working on it.
Okay, beautiful. I'm sure from all what you said, that means it's a very capital-intensive venture, and you've made mention of the fact that we cannot really sustain this without the private sector.
Yes, it is capital intensive. So what it means is that for a railway of this kind, it must be strategically. I would say, let me rephrase this. It's very important. An average railway line costs in here, we are looking at $5 million per kilometer.
Really?
Oh yes.
Wow.
$5 million per kilometer. So if it's $5 million per kilometer, it means that for even 20 kilometers, you are looking at about over $100 million. Yes, $100 million. $100 million. So railway is a very expensive thing. That's why you need a political decision. It's a political decision to do so. But if we are then looking at a private engagement, or you want to engage a private sector to spend, let's say, $3 billion on an investment like a railway, for us as a developing nation, our focus has to be on what can we guarantee for that private sector to be able to fund that infrastructure. What will be the ROI, return on investment? So the focus for us is that now, working with the board, we are coming up with something, what I think is a Ghana Railway Master Plan, which will be accepted by the public. We call it, we are now looking at working with our sister company, our mineral sites. Okay, we've got, for example, Western Region, we have Isuta Mines.
Wow.
We have Opomansi.
Wow.
We have Awaso. You have Inenjini. These are all mining sites. And you have iron deposit, you have manganese deposit, you have bauxite, you have that. The total volume, consecutive, you are looking at 35 million metric tons per annum. Please, I will urge all of you, go to Western Region, just go and look at the number of trucks moving from Inenjini, Awaso, what we call it, Isuta, to Takoradi Depot. Over hundreds. Okay, no matter how much, I don't know, how you build a road in terms of structural integrity, it cannot last beyond anything.
It won't.
So the focus is the rail.
Yeah.
And we as a developing nation needs to be very tactical about it. You see, passenger service is great, but passenger service everywhere, they are all subsidized. Okay, so we need to then focus on how we are going to connect the railway lines first to our mineral site. Take all those heavy goods and what we call it, tons of vehicles from our road to the rail. Once we've done that, then we can then phase in passenger transport.
Wow. Doc, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
It's been a fantastic one coming in studio for us to have conversations on the railway sector. You've heard it from the horse's own mouth, what they are doing about the sector. And please, the individuals who are just crisscrossing the Tema Mpakadan railway line, please, you are risking your lives, and it's just not appropriate. Thank you so much, Dr. Frederick Apo, who is the Chief Executive Officer for the Ghana Railway Development Authority. Amazing conversation we had there. This is still Breakfast Daily here on Channel One TV. We'll be back with more.
Love the Premier League? Your DSTV premium subscription could get you there in real life, Charlie. Stay connected for your chance to watch the Premier League live. Man U versus Man City at Old Trafford or Arsenal versus Man U in London. Stay connected to score with DSTV Premium. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
The National Petroleum Authority hereby cautions persons engaged in illicit storage and trading of petroleum products to comply with the regulatory requirements to operate in the downstream petroleum industry. The NPA Act clearly stipulates that no individual shall engage in any commercial activity related to the importation, exportation, re-exportation, shipment, transportation, processing, refining, storage, distribution, marketing, or sale of petroleum products in the downstream industry without first obtaining a license from the NPA board. Failure to secure the necessary license and properly regularize operations will result in confiscation of petroleum products, prosecution under the law, and decommissioning of facility. For more information, contact the National Petroleum Authority on 0302 550 380. You can also visit our head office located at Jolu of the N1 Highway or any of our regional offices.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
The second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Obey him later.
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From not the block, she be luckiest. Me and you go be luckiest. Nobody know why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it toye, so would the coming of the son of man be. Is that his car?
Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, mommy, a simple dilation. Mr. Good Luck no me way.
Eh?
Yeah, man.
Easy kwa. Or dial star 712 hash.
The devil is a liar.
He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
I'm his baby.
Oh, how romantic.
And he followed the prompts. Yes. And then boom. Confirmation test.
One quick, pick 5 numbers for me, okay? I'm feeling like 7.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, baby, our family payment. Before December, may release a motivational album. Patapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
This November, something amazing is coming to Accra. Are you a farmer with fresh produce? Are you into fish farming, poultry or livestock? Then get ready for the November edition of the AgriFair 2025. Yes, AgriFair 2025. It's happening on Friday the 28th to Sunday the 30th of November. It's happening at the A4 Sutherland Children's Park and it's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. It's the ultimate weekend marketplace. From fruits and vegetables to poultry, livestock and fish to agro inputs and processing machinery. All at unbeatable farm gate prices. Whether you're selling or buying, this is your chance to connect, trade and grow. Enjoy the freshest farm produce, sizzling kebabs, and a vibrant marketplace atmosphere all in one space. Register now and secure your spot. Call 0558-973-973 for more information. AgriFair 2025, where culture meets innovation. AgriFair 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by Horticulture Business Platform, Development Bank Ghana, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, Gressol, and the Ghana Exim Bank.
And of course, you're welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. We promised you that we were bringing you the finance minister's thought on the budget. Well, he presented the budget yesterday and he's live on City 97.3 FM. We are crossing over to the studios at City 97.3 FM to join the feed there.
The 2024 cap was 600 million United States dollars. But what happened was that they drew down over 974 million United States dollars, and so it was part of the slippages that we saw in the 2024 fiscal year because of the drawdown. Now, in order to reduce the risk of fiscal slippages, we need to share the amount to sector ministries, and then also make sure that all of them stay within their budget. And then also, because the cap is quite small, you need to be sure, most importantly, what they are using the money for. So you notice that in my expenditure strategy, I've said we are waging a crackdown on low impact and wasteful expenditure or recurrent expenditure. So expenditures such as the purchases of cars, such as foreign travels, workshops, and all of that, we are waging down on it. And so if they call you, find out from them or demand from them what exactly they are using the money for. And I'm not sure it is for school feeding. I'm not sure it is for the payment of LEAP. I'm not sure it's for the payment of disability allowance or something. It may be for the purchases of cars and workshops and all of the travels that I've cracked down on. And that may be the case, because certainly
so in a sense, the Ministry of Finance is performing a financial management role for the MDAs.
Yes. No, not paying financial management role, but you see, I have a fiscal anchor. The fiscal anchor says you can't do primary surplus in excess of 1.5% of GDP. How do you arrive at that?
Okay.
You need revenue and expenditure to balance it off, and loans that you've taken all. And so that alone gives you a cap that has been agreed upon. If you fail to achieve that 1.5%, you go to Parliament for censorship and you lose your job as minister. Okay, not only losing your job, but you will also be disgraced. Okay, now, how do I achieve it? Most importantly, I have 300 million. Somebody is drawing down. You are drawing down, you are drawing down, you are drawing down. I should be able to share the 300 million among the people here. But I should, at the same time, because the money is not that huge, I have to give you a limit and say that use the limit for A, B, C, D. Critical spending that will propel economic growth, or be used for the reason of which the program was
So you've explained the social programs one. The second one had to do with contractors. I'm bringing the one.
No,
there was a story in the High Street Journal, November 6. Government books look tidy, but contractors starve. Banks absorb the shock and development stalls. This was a story written as an editorial, and basically says the country continues to work towards completing its IMF program as planned, with improvements recorded in key fiscal indicators. But then it says the audit process delayed payment to contractors. So at the time, they said the report captured approximately 90 billion in arrears. But you said it was 68 when you did the work. And then you also give the breakdown. But the point you're making is that the longer that thing takes, so even though fiscally everything looks good, you have the surplus, inflation is coming down, growth is pretty nice, contractors are really suffering. Banks are suffering. Now, the bank angle, let me give it to you. Dr. Richmond Tuahini said, without paying contractors' debts, governors' vision of low lending rates will remain just wishful thinking. Because in his view, a lot of the NPLs of the banks comes from delayed payments for particularly roads and some health projects. So how do you respond to this accusation that while you are making the books look good, you are starving other parts of the economy?
Okay, thank you very much, Bernard. We inherited 68 billion cedis, and that is what gave us the fiscal deficit of 3.9% of GDP in arrests. And so, obviously, government cannot pay 68 billion cedis in 1 year. And first, I needed to subject this arrest itself to audit, to validate them, and to be sure of the strategy that I will use to clear this arrest. Simple put, in doing so, the 2025 budget, I programmed 13.8 billion cedis for the payment of these arrests. So far, I've paid about 12 billion, and I have about 1.8 billion to go. I cannot exceed the 13.8 that Parliament gave to me. Now, in the 2026 budget, I've programmed 25 billion cedis, and I'll pay another 25 billion cedis, and then pay the rest 2027 and maybe 2028. And I expect that within 4 years, I should be able to pay.
So
if I had,
let me just so yes. you programmed 13.8 to pay in 2025.
Correct.
You've nearly finished.
Yes.
Another 25 to
another
pay.
25 to pay.
So if I add that, so let's say 14 to 25, that's 39.
39. Let's say 40.
40.
Yes.
And this 40 is out of the 68.
It's out of the 68.
And on the 68, you've disallowed 10.
I've disallowed 10.
And 8 is pending.
8 is pending. But I gave a caveat that the 8 that is pending may be legitimate. But Auditor General needs some further verification to be able to.
So let's assume it's 60 that
yes,
is.
That's it.
Sorry.
Even 58.
58.
Yes.
If I add the 25 to the 30, the 13, it means by end of this next year.
By end of 2020, by end of next year, to be left about 17, 18.
You would have paid about 40 billion.
Exactly.
In
arrests.
Now, the other problem with the arrears issue is the concentration. We are told that there are over 3,000 contractors or companies listed in the interim report. 25 companies account for 50 billion. That's what the report is telling. That's crazy. 3,000 companies who are owed, and just 25 have almost 80%.
Yes, you may have to ask the previous administration, because they awarded those contracts and they are the ones that overly concentrated. You see, the contracts were largely given to some selected companies, and some selected companies were bringing some of the bills. And it will surprise you to know that a chunk of this 68 billion happens to be interest on delayed payment.
Wow.
Interest on delayed payment, particularly at the road sector. So out of the 23 billion cedis that I received as arrests from the Ministry of Roads, because they were awarding the contracts and contractors were working and they were not paying them, the contractors were charging interest. And so out of the 13 billion, about 9-10 billion
was just interest.
Was just interest on delayed payment, and the state had to pay.
Wow. And by the way, I'm told that 2/3 of the arrears relate to the road infrastructure sector.
Exactly, and that is why we began clearing the arrests with road sector, and so far we've paid over 5 billion cedis to the road sector.
I'll come back to roads. I have some questions for Kakra, but I just wanted to wrap up here. I look at your expenditure for 2025 compared to 2026. In 2025, your total expenditure was 293 billion.
Yes.
Now you want to your total expenditure was 268 billion. Your total appropriation was 293. You want to increase your expenditure from 268 to 302. So appropriation goes up by over 64 billion. Somebody wants me to ask you, where are you going to get that money from?
Okay, there's growth in revenue and growth in non-tax revenue. And so you are seeing some significant growth in revenue there. If you look at the revenue numbers, you know exactly where it's coming from. And we are still meeting the 1.5% primary surplus anchor. And we have some significant Eurobond payments coming up that we have to pay, and some DDEP payment. 2026, I have about 51 billion cedis that I have to pay in DDEP coupons. And so that alone is quite a lot. This year I've paid about 20, and it's jumping to about 51 billion. So that alone increases.
So let me get this straight. There's great revenue.
Yes.
To cater for this jump in expenditure,
Exactly.
You've removed about 1.9% from the VAT based on your recalibration from 21.9 to 20. When we read the BOG's report in September, it says some of your revenues had been affected by the currency's appreciation.
Correct.
So I think the ones that depended on foreign exchange. So either the
oil revenue
and the
revenue,
royalties.
royalties.
And you are still sure that you are able to raise enough money for a delta of 64 billion in appropriations. You are able to do this.
Yes, revenue. It won't be 1-to-1. It won't be 1-to-1, but certainly some of the expenditures that are going up, and also it's not counted as part of the primary balance because they are interest.
No
The
problem.
primary balance on commitment basis excludes interest, and so it may be total expenditure, but it's not hitting the primary balance on commitment basis because you are paying the interest.
Okay.
Remember that if you want to do critical assessment, then look at primary expenditure and compare it to the primary balance, and then we can look at it. But the total expenditure is going up largely on account of interest. Eurobond next year, I have to pay about 1.4 billion United States dollars because the first quarter in January, I have to begin mopping up, and I'm paying 700 and something million United States dollars first quarter, and then the third quarter, I think in July, I pay another 700 million.
Okay. Let's take it one by one and let's wrap up this, please. 2025, you allocated 76 billion cedis for employee compensation.
Correct.
This year it's gone up to 90. So that's 14 billion more.
Correct.
Goods and services, you allocated 6.9, which is almost 7 billion. It's gone up to 13, a delta of about 6. Capex is the biggest. You allocated 3 billion last year. You've gone to 57 billion.
Exactly.
Interest was 64 billion last year. It's come down to 57 billion. And then grants to statutory funds and other energy payments, 48 has gone up 63. So I have two in one question. Your capex is jumping by over 22 billion.
Correct.
It's serious.
Yes. And
in one calendar year.
The savings that we have made, particularly from the energy sector, is what we are channeling it to capex. For example, this year, I'm spending 28 billion cedis in energy sector shortfalls. Next year, I'm spending 15 billion cedis. The delta gives me over 10 billion. Okay, I think about 13 billion. Where do I send it? I send it to capex. And so capex goes up so that we can develop and be able to grow. And you know the nature of our roads. You know the nature of our classrooms and all.
Okay.
So this is exactly what we are trying to do.
Capex is roads, and I'll come back to roads. There's a question from Labour. In the recently concluded minimum wage negotiations on the national minimum wage and base pay, basically they said they agreed for a 9% increase because the government made certain promises that significantly influenced the acceptance of this 9%. Among these promises was the commitment to employ some numbers in the public sector, implying that the existing backlog would be addressed and included in the current public sector workforce. However, upon listening to you reading the budget, there did not appear to be any allocation for such an initiative. So they want you to confirm that you...
So let me put it this way. As you rightly said, you looked at the previous year compensation at 77 moving to 90.
Yeah.
The difference is not only the 9%. It is also because we have made allocation for some recruitment, including about 10,000 staff that will be recruiting for the security service, of which unfortunately, they started something, and some people have to even leave lose their lives, sadly. But this is the situation we find ourselves. So the 90 billion that you see includes inclusion of some.
So you are showing organized labor that, and let's just be clear: is this backlog the health and the education? Because your deputy told me a few weeks ago that there was a backlog of, I think, 75,000.
It's incredible. We have backlog dating back 2021. People have gone to the nursing and teacher training college up to 2021, and they've not been employed up to date. And the two put together is about 150,000.
And so are you going to absorb all the 150,000 people next year?
No. We can't. I mean, the budget cannot, 90 billion cannot accommodate that much. I'm not too sure how much it will be. I think it's a sector-specific question.
The reason I'm pushing this is that we already know that 47% of your tax revenue goes to public sector people.
Correct.
This is, I'm sure, wages and salaries and possibly goods and services together.
Correct.
That's a lot already. And these people are less than 1 million people.
Exactly.
These people are not the ones who are producing anything necessarily in terms of private sector. You are giving them 47% of our tax revenue. And now they are asking that you employ more people.
You see, we need to balance the recruitment and providing public good, as well as growing the economy. There are some essential workers that certainly you will have to employ. You need the doctors, you need the nurses, you need the teachers to teach our children and all. But you have to do it carefully, because if you employ nurses, for example, you need to have a hospital for them to go into the hospital and take care of people's health. And if you employ a doctor, you need to have a hospital together with equipment so that they can do proper diagnostics and be taking care of us. If you employ a teacher, you need to build a classroom and all. And so you always have to have a fine balance between the people you employ and the provision of public good and all that you have to spend on. And so 47%, I agree, is very high. The average is about 33%. Today we're at 47%. Now, if government can also not say that we are not employing, so you have to employ strategically. You have to employ sustainably. And so you will have to make some provision to employ some. At the same time, you need to generate the jobs, particularly at the rail sector. And that is what this budget seeks to do. We've made allocations to sectors that can create the jobs to support and augment the effort of government, because government alone can't do it. In most countries, government does 15-20% of the employment, and then the private sector does the rest, because the private sector employment is the most sustainable, not the government sector. City FM here that I am today, I'm sure the people you've employed here, government of Ghana can't employ them. And look at what the media, for example, is doing. All the staff you have here, they're on your payroll, not on government payroll. And so always and always, the private sector should be the ones that should take the bulk of this workforce that we will have to create.
This is a City Breakfast Show. Our guest is the Minister of Finance, Atu Forson. A lot of questions have come already. I'm trying to read some whilst I take the ones we've planned to ask. I'm here with Francisca and Caleb. Francisca has a couple of questions on roads, but I notice people keep sending questions about arrears. So let me just ask a couple so that you can reiterate the point. So this one says, Bernard, please ask the minister what is his reason of not paying the contractor who has taken loans to execute the Gamma project since January till now, while the money is there sitting in the World Bank account in the BOG. You understand this question?
No, that one doesn't come to me. I'm not the one who pays that, because if the money is in the BOG account, it has left the Ministry of Finance. All what I have to do, at my level, I give permission for disbursement before the money comes to Ghana. When it comes to Ghana, it is not. It's out.
So you're talking about Gamma project?
No, it's out of my hand. It's at the sector ministry, and it's the sector ministry that has to deal with it.
Please ask the finance minister to touch on Cocoa Board. He didn't talk a lot about it. Any updates on the amortization? Indeed, there's a Cocoa Board question I will ask in addition. Another person who is in the private sector, when he saw the artwork, said there is you haven't basically his business is collapsing because he hasn't been paid, and I think it's a Cocoa Board related liability. So let me add that to this Cocoa Board question.
Okay, Bernard, while you find the question.
Yes, let me read it.
Okay, great.
Please ask the minister about payments to legitimate creditors who have been waiting for years. We are suffering. People are accusing the ministry of hoarding their cash. They need to expedite their processes, especially in relation to Cocoa Board.
But the Cocoa Board Ministry of Finance don't pay Cocoa Board liabilities. His Cocoa Board is on its own. It's a parastatal. They obviously take their revenue. But you see, Bernard, there's something.
Could it be that people are using your name or your ministry's name as a
Ministry of
reason for
Finance
not
don't pay Cocoa Board. Cocoa Board, Ministry of
Contractors.
Finance, Cocoa Board contractor, when they award contract, they have to pay their contractors and not the Ministry of Finance. If Ministry of Finance sit there and all what we do is to look for money and give to parastatals to pay for contracts that they do not have money for, of which they are awarded, then we are going to crash as a country. But Bernard, let me say this. The previous government just awarded contracts left, right, and center without sources of revenue to pay for these contracts. The Cocoa Board CEO inherited 20 billion cedis worth of arrests, 32 billion cedis worth of arrests. He cannot pay in 1 year. He doesn't have the resources. Cocoa Board cannot even go out there and borrow today because of their balance sheet. So how is he supposed to be paying that? When they awarded a contract, some of them did not even follow due processes. Some of them are just resurfacing. Some of them are over bloated. Some of the contracts, for example, if you go to Cocoa Board, they have awarded contracts in excess of their capacity. As we speak, they have over 3,000 containers at the Tema Port for jute sacks that they will not need for the next 5 years. What is going on here? And that to the extent that a new government has come and all of a sudden the new government should go for a loan and just pay this and crash the country? No. They have to plan. And first of all, accept the liabilities and have an arrest clearance plan to pay this. Because we inherited a mess. What we inherited, for example, at the Ministry of Finance, at the government level, 68 billion cedis. Can we pay in 1 year? No, you cannot. You need to, even before you decide to pay, you need to first validate this arrest. And after validating the arrest, you have to have an arrest clearance strategy so that you can pay them gradually. But that is why I'm saying that to curb that, we have introduced the commitment authorization. If you do not have a budget for something, don't award the contract. We will only give you the authorization to award a contract if you have a budget. And knowing very well that when you do the work and you bring the invoice, the Ministry of Finance and Government of Ghana will be in a position to pay. Otherwise, people will be working and no one will have their payment because there is no money for it.
Yes. Welcome again and good morning, Honorable Minister, Uncle Ato. I have a question related to the private sector. I come from a family that does business and we manufacture and export crafts and furniture. It's called Tekura. Now, one of our biggest challenges is not just us, but also other exporters, pottery, even food, is the requirement that we have from the BOG of generating an LOC. This is this is the letter of commitment.
Letter of commitment.
So the BOG requires that when we log on to the ICOMS, we get that, we sign that.
For export?
For exports. And it's sort of tracking the earnings, the foreign earnings that we'll get. The challenge is that once after shipment, you have a time period within which you must make that declaration of your earnings.
Right.
Often 60 days. If you don't do that, then your proceeds are blocked by the Bank of Ghana. And the challenge is that often depends on the buyer, the foreign buyer you're selling to and receiving your earnings from. And over the years, it's been a back and forth with the GRA, and exporters have lost money. They've lost, for those who export yams, for instance, they've lost their earnings because the money is blocked and they're not able to get their monies. And it's a huge frustration for those in the export industry.
Kakra, thank you very much for bringing this to my attention. I'm hearing this for the first time. I know of the ICOM system. I know of the IDF dealing with imports. But I have no idea about the LOC. And then I'm happy you've brought this to my attention because you need to make it simple.
How many days is it?
60 days.
So I'll pick it up with the governor. And
I'm told the BOG has extended it to 120 days.
120 days.
That's what I'm being told.
Okay, but I'll reach out to the governor.
Caleb, let's take a couple of questions from the side coming through. We've not finished with our own, but we feel like there's a lot of people who have questions for you.
Yeah.
So Caleb, let's read a couple.
So Uncle Ato, thank you for the exciting budget you read yesterday. It has a lot of potential to change the economic trajectory of Ghana and create quality and meaningful jobs. Okay, this is a comment, but it says, tell us how the COVID-19 levy was used. That's a question. Okay. Please ask the minister when they are going to pay the scholarship secretariat to clear the outstanding arrears for the UK schools and the stipends for the scholars. Could you send that from Kumasi? Bernard, I want to humbly ask the Honorable Minister of Finance if he has induced a one-party state. I ask you because the budget was like birthing a new Ghana, the Ghana we all want. God bless him. Richard sent that from Dan Soman. Okay, CBS team, can you find out from the minister what specific programs are being implemented to make Ghana and Ghanaians more receptive to data? There is a lot of talk about data-driven economy, but if citizens are not engineered to actually begin looking at issues from a data or statistical point of view, it's useless. Jay sent that from Laboni. Okay. Good morning, Bernard. And to the Honorable Minister, please ask him if they would complete the almost quarter of a century Accra Kumasi dualization project for us before they start the expressway. Those of us who use that stretch are really suffering. Pabite sent that from Nkaria.
Okay, so let's let him deal with the Pabite question from Nkaria. He wants to know, a lot of people have sent a question around that, whether, indeed, there's one question who says we have 3 interchanges on the Accra Kumasi that have not yet been finished. That would you be minded to finish those before you begin this ambitious Accra Kumasi Expressway?
Okay, thank you. We have not abandoned the work on the Accra Kumasi. The minister for what is named Roots. My brother Kwame still has has asked contractors to continue the work, and those that we inherited we've paid, and contractors who are minded are going to site, and they have asked them to go to site and continue the work they are doing. So I want to use this medium to assure everyone that government has no intention to abandon that work, and we'll continue. The only problem we have is that we've seen variations of cost estimate that has doubled the cost of construction, and the minister is looking into it.
The question is, why not focus on completing because there are 3 major bypasses under construction, Bunsu and beyond Konongo. Why not focus on completing these bypasses and also closing the gaps between the bypass, so that at least we can have dual carriageway from Accra to beyond Konongo before you start this ambitious Accra Kumasi.
Let me put it this way: the two are not the same. One is a trunk road, one is an express road. We've never had an express road in Ghana, and what we have, as we shown yesterday, was not just a road. It's more than a road. It is opening up a country, setting up industrial hubs, building access to new industrial enclaves and all. So people just see it as a road, but it's more than a road. It links the country in a way and build businesses along the corridor and connect the two together. Express road, you will pay. Trunk road, largely you won't pay that much. And even if you pay, it's a normal toll. But this one, if you pay higher than a toll. So the two are not the same. And anytime you use an express road, you have to have an alternative route. The current road is the road, and the expressway will be.
So is there financing for the Accra Kumasi Expressway?
We are working on a financing. They'll say, what do you call it? Engineers estimate already out, but because they are going to go on tender, I cannot put it out because.
Are you looking for domestic financing or foreign loan?
We are looking for domestic financing. I have very little appetite for domestic.
So you haven't finished Accra Kumasi Road, yet you are going to go into the domestic market. So this looks like bonds.
Let me put it this way. We have budgeted 30 billion cedis.
Yes.
In the budget
for big push.
For big push, of which this is part of it.
Okay. So there's some money already.
There's some money already allocated.
Do you have a sense of the length of time it will take?
This is 3 years. And President Mahama.
You will do an Accra Kumasi Expressway in 3 years.
Yes. President Mahama will finish this before he leaves office.
Atu, the Accra Kumasi road has been in construction for the past 7 or 8 years.
Can you find out how much money they allocated to the program?
We discussed this on the last program. They took a loan of 750, but we are told that it was for different things. Okay. But they had paid about 100 for that.
Okay.
And so they haven't finished.
And that's how much they've spent on that road. And you don't. You see, announcing a package is different from allocating resources to the package. And so you may announce something, the intention will be there, but if you do not have resources,
so are you saying that of the 30 billion big push, some of that will go into the Accra Kumasi Expressway this year?
Exactly.
Serious?
Yep.
And you'll finish it in 3 years?
Correct.
195 kilometers.
Yes. 198.7.
198 kilometers. You finish it in 3 years.
Correct.
6 lane.
Yep.
Through
bi-directional.
Add there so.
Yes. It's a new alignment. It's a new alignment.
Ofuase Achimoda.
Correct.
Bosomtwi to Kumasi. Serious?
It will be done.
There's another road question for you.
Yes, we want to find out about the Accra Cape Coast Takoradi Highway. The idea
That's our road.
That's our road. But it's taking a bit of time.
Yes.
But I'd like to inquire about ring roads that could be alternatives. For instance, over the weekend I used that road when I went to my hometown on my mother's side. But the question is that we decided to branch at Swedru and then go through the Bojoase. Very terrible road. It's rocky. But then it provided an access for us. Why do you have that in mind to make those ring roads available as well, to work on them?
Okay. Kakra, our road infrastructure is in a bad state. That is a fact. We need to strategically improve on our road network. But there's a caveat. You can't take on too much more than your ability to pay. Otherwise, you will end up awarding 111 hospitals and finish none. So what we are trying to do is that, based on the budgetary provisions we've made and the awards of contract that we've made under the big push, we want to finish them first. And then we'll come to phase 2. And then after phase 2, we'll tackle also another set. Finish, then you go to phase 3, and gradually you know that that's it. I think what we'll be doing going forward will be that we'll announce phase 2, phase 3 ahead. So motorists and citizens will know that my road is part of phase 2, my road is part of phase 3. That will calm their nerves. But as we speak, phase 1 is what we are focusing on. Government has a plan to build the orbitals, the Accra orbital, we will call it the Accra Outer Ring Road. But that will be part of phase 2. And then I'm sure we need to, and that is why the president said he wants to make sure that the big push that he's cutting short on, he can finish it in 24 months. And after 24 months, he can launch the second phase.
So this Swedru Bojoase will be phase 2 or phase 2?
There's actually a follow-up there from Obuo Ejumaku Ekutuase. Ask the minister if the Mankesim to Ejumaku to Swedru to Nsaba to Nsawam will feature in next year's budget. I think that's the ring road point.
Yes. So that again is my road. And that I know is part of what has just been awarded, and the contractor will go to site soon.
Great.
Ben, I have one question for the minister. Why are we trying to give an import duty exemption of around $10 million to a company on a day he said they were removing VAT exemptions?
Okay, let me put it this way. Bernard, we are not giving import duty exemption. What was done was that we inherited a contract that the previous administration signed. It has to do with what we call ITAS, Integrated Tax Administration System. So when we inherited a contract, it was also a prior action under the IMF program that Ghana implement an integrated tax administration system for the domestic tax. And MPP has signed a contract, the contractor has mobilized and all. They failed to go to Parliament to get parliamentary approval in line with Section 33 of the Public Financial Management Act. So I first sat and renegotiated a contract, brought the contract down from 54 billion to 44 billion and saved the taxpayer about $10 billion. Took it to cabinet, got approval, and I need to take it to Parliament for approval before we can begin the implementation of the contract. It is an inheritance, it was signed, and you need to rectify it for future before you can implement it. And that is why we are taking it to Parliament.
Somebody wants me to
in any case, we have rather saved the taxpayer $10 million United States dollars.
Will you subject the Accra-Kumasi Expressway to the yet to be created value for money office?
Correct. It depends on Parliament. Parliament will have to assist me to quickly get that approved. And as soon as that is approved,
will the value for money office be under the office of the president or to be in Parliament?
Will be at the Ministry of Finance. under the Ministry of Finance.
That becomes self-serving, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
For independent analysis.
No,
in the past, we were using companies like Crown Agents.
Yes.
Who were outside of their jurisdiction.
Correct.
If you want to do independent value for money, don't you think Parliament is a better place?
Okay, so we looked at models across the world. We looked at the Canadian model, the UK model, the Australian model, the UK model, the US model, the Australian model. None of them sits at Parliament or their legislature arm of government. No, none of them has that structure. It is, some are an office at the Ministry of Finance, some independent with the Ministry of Finance oversighting on, and that is the structure.
You know my problem?
Yes.
You as Ministry of Finance has just said you want to do an Accra-Kumasi Expressway.
Yes. No, it's not Ministry of Finance doing it. It's the,
yeah,
it's
but you believe it?
Yes, I believe it.
So if Bernard Abler is the head of Value for Money office, and my minister has just announced a grand project that
I announced it on behalf of government.
Good. So will I have the balls
to
say this is not value for money?
Yes. They have
you
to.
Sure?
They have to. That is why they are there.
That he will, technocrat in value for money office will say, the president's decision to do Accra Kumasi Expressway is not value for money, so they should stop.
No.
And you will listen to it.
Let me. The value for money office is not there to say that this project is not viable. It is there to assess the cost and to make sure that the cost is in tandem with best practices and the project is not overloaded.
Fair enough. So that means the project has already been agreed.
Okay, so you agree on the concept and then you subject it to value for money. Currently, we do value for money.
But what if you agree
Crown
to
Agent
concept,
does not?
I get you. So
yes.
Then the value for money office is very limited, because I think you should be able to say this proposed project doesn't make sense. It should be the scope of the value for money office's mandate should be able to say, Minister, it's a great idea to say you are going to do Accra Kumasi Expressway, but when we look at everything else, it doesn't give value for money. Don't do it.
Oh, no. They see that advice can also come because you remember you do value for money before award of contract. So if the technicians, after assessing and come to realization that the cost does not make sense and the state cannot afford, they can equally advise.
You are sure of this?
Yes. They can
Let me do
advise.
A question from Apia Domako, CATS International. It's a bit long. You have it. Caleb, read it for us, please.
So this is coming from Apia Kusia. Yesterday, the minister, that's you, Ankrato, you stated that ECG's monthly collection had increased by 90% from December 2024. We need to place these numbers in proper context. Now, we know from the Auditor General and PwC reports that ECG had been underreporting its revenue and underpaying the cash waterfall mechanism by about 500 million Ghana cedis every month. In December 2024, ECG declared that about 1 billion cedis was paid to the cash waterfall mechanism. When you add the underreported amount, ECG's actual monthly revenue moves above 1.5 billion Ghana cedis. We also know that tariffs have gone up by almost 18.34% this year. So ECG's month-by-month collection shows a sharp rise from May, driven mainly by the tariff decision of the PRC. So the question is, with the tariff increase and the full disclosure of revenue to the cash waterfall mechanism, and given the earlier underreporting, is the claim of a 90% rise in ECG revenue not overstated? This is coming from CATS International and the Center for Environment.
Thank you very much. And I'm happy he made reference to Auditor General's remark that there was some 500 million that was, for some reason, not reported. But where was the money going in the first place? Was it classified as revenue? Certainly no at the time. ECG may have kept it and they may have used it for something else. But now today they are putting it in the same account for cash waterfall mechanism. So it's revenue that is available to pay IPPs and to support the system. That's 500 extra. Yes, tariffs may go up, but tariffs going up doesn't mean it translates to revenue. Someone must collect the revenue. And ECG is collecting revenue. And I will not stop publicly praising the management at ECG. He is doing an excellent work, and that man must be supported to do the work that he's doing.
But I think
the place has changed, and something is happening.
You are correct, but Apia's question is suggesting that if you say that in a calendar year they've increased their revenue by 90%, it suggests they are doing some excessive revenue mobilization, whereas it's possibly the same revenue but the classification and where they put it.
No.
because it says that they were underreporting it.
So
and now they're just reporting.
The question is, if they were collecting it, where was the revenue? Was it available for the use?
But the money has been collected. Because we need to differentiate between more revenue coming in, either through more efficient collection system or higher tariffs. He's saying that they were collecting the money, but they were not putting it in a cash water form. Maybe they were using it to do other projects.
But that is illegal in the first place.
Yes, but whatever they did, because I think we want to have a proper position of whether ECG's revenue collection as an institution has improved. And then 90% may overstate it if you look at the point he's making. That's what he's trying to say.
So I do not think it's been overstated for us. And you recognize that when I made that statement, I linked it to the cash waterfall mechanism and said that they were reporting 900 million on average per month into the cash waterfall as their revenue. Today it has improved by 90% to about 1.7 billion.
Okay.
And for us, the key point here is how much they were paying as revenue into the cash waterfall mechanism for the purposes of paying the IPPs, of which today it has more or less moved from 900 to 1.7. And as a result of that, we are able to stay current in paying the IPPs. That, for me, is significant and needs to be commended.
You said something that worried me. Paragraph 267.
Okay.
Actually, I think yes. No, I'll deal with that and I'll come to the point about tapping oil savings for green projects. So first, you said that your strategy to re-enter the domestic bond market, you will begin issuance of domestic infrastructure bonds, but that you will reduce dependence on short-term treasury instruments,
correct,
lower rollover risk, and create fiscal space for active investment. So basically, say you don't want to borrow from outside too much, and domestically, you don't want to borrow short-term. You want to borrow long-term, which is good. But you said somewhere else that the amount of monies we are getting from our petroleum revenues by saving them outside, we're gaining just 1% over many years. So you believe that we should invest these petroleum savings in commercially viable green energy projects. But these are heritage funds that we are keeping for. Why do you want to touch that money for?
So let me put it this way. Bernard, Ghana's oil wealth must work and bring returns. It is yielding an average of 1%. We are investing in quadruple A-rated instruments. We give the money to IMF and the World Bank. Okay, and the US Treasury and the like. So, for example, you lend the money to World Bank and IMF, and in return, maybe you give it to them at 0.5%, and they'll come and give it to you at 5% or something. Okay. Now, and then you pay that same debt, and then they will use it and then bring it back. The question is, don't you have other instruments that you can use these same resources and earn more? If you look at the Petroleum Revenue Management Act, Section 27, it empowers the Minister of Finance to review this instrument every 3 years. Strangely, no one has reviewed this instrument in the last, since 2011, almost 14 years now. Nobody has reviewed this instrument, and Ghana has been losing resources. I think the time has come for us to review those instruments. This is because we, today, if you look at sovereign wealth funds, such as the Saudi Arabian Sovereign Wealth Fund, the Dubai Sovereign Wealth Fund, even the Nigerian Sovereign Wealth Fund, Kuwaiti Sovereign Wealth Fund, and others, about 25% of them invest also domestically and identify projects that can be self-financing.
Good.
And so you look at a project like, let me talk about, let's say, the car power plant that were brought into Ghana. The last time we're looking at the numbers, and we noticed that they've been able to turn around approximately 3 times. Their investment has paid up about 3 times, and some of them are making very, very good money. So what I'm trying to say is that There are other projects that we can look at.
But
domestic
Uncle
projects
Atu,
and other things,
my
and it
worry
is
is that
important for
the
us to deal
energy
with this.
sector, you yourself have described as the biggest risk to the economy. Debt to IPPs has been very big. Some of the state-owned energy parastatals are loss-making.
Okay.
How do you convince me that I should believe you when you say you will take our petroleum, Ghana Heritage Fund and Stabilization Fund, and you will invest it in commercial green projects?
Okay.
The energy sector's track record of managing itself is very poor.
Okay.
Partly because even the tariffs you set are politically set.
Okay.
So a lot of these entities may not be viable.
Okay.
Even though they are giving us 1% or whatever percent, they are still stable and they are there.
Okay.
So why should I trust that a politician should touch our heritage fund or stabilization fund and invest it in a sector that is so chaotic like energy?
Okay. So again, let me come in once again. The energy sector is indeed a very big risk for the economy, in the sense that if you have unstable and unreliable power, you can't power your economy. And there was the need for you to power your economy sustainably. And so government needs to take action and to ensure that we can power the sector well to drive the growth that we need. Today, we also agree that the sector has challenges, particularly at the distribution end. Government has taken a decision to reform the ECG. Even before we complete the reforms, we have seen some positive news in terms of revenue coming in, and we are more or less reforming the sector. Government intends to complete the private sector participation of the ECG. And we have already announced that Cabinet has approved it. Transaction advisors procurement is on the way and all. That is the last bottleneck left. But it remains the most profitable sector of our economy. Maybe you may have to look at it. It remains the most profitable sector, commercial sector. Why is it that VRA is not going down? VRA is still making some good money. Power generation remains the most profitable sector. And there's a lot of resources.
Books are not the best. They are just there because we have a replacement for them.
But there's a lot of resources. The IPPs are making a fortune. They are making money. You need to power the economy. You need to generate
there was even talk recently of having to restructure some of the IPP debts.
No. It's government that has to. It's government that owes them. Yes. So if government behaves, I'm not saying that government
never
doesn't
behaves.
So you see. So let me put it this way. You see, Bernard.
Yes.
Put it this way. You have the government inefficiencies as one, and then you have the companies and their profitability as one. The fact that the government is inefficient doesn't mean the companies are not making profit. The companies are making profit. And that's why I'm saying that sector is one of the most profitable.
Companies that are owed to the extent that Eli Mapetogba will have to do a press conference and say if they are not paid, they'll put off their plant. You remember?
Of course. You've worked and they've generated invoice. You have to pay them.
This is my argument. The principal person paying for our use of power is government.
Correct.
And over the past 30 years, the government of Ghana has not shown that it pays on time. Why do you take our Heritage and Stabilization Fund money to invest in an energy project for a government with a poor track record like this?
I recognize that there are challenges. We inherited the 1.4 billion United States dollars. Okay, and today we are paying, isn't it? We have renegotiated this debt. We've already paid $300 million. We are paying $344 million this next year, and we'll pay the remaining $300 million or so by next 2027, and we hope to end it there. We have identified the challenge we have in the energy sector, particularly at the downstream, the distribution sector. Today, government has taken a bold decision to unlock it and be able to deal with it. The new management in place at ECG has shown early signs of doing well. We are not stopping there. that private sector participation needs to be completed. And I believe that if we're able to do that, we'll unlock that challenge, and that sector needs to. Because the truth also remains that without a good energy sector, you can't power your economy.
We'll come back to that later. I'm sure there will be another
in the same vein,
Mm-hmm.
in the same vein that government is not paying them, a lot more of them want to enter the system. And if you think it is not profitable, these businesses will still come into the sector. No, the businesses are coming to the sector because it's profitable, even though some payments are not going to them, and that is what has attracted them to come to the sector.
I've delivered this point, so I'll leave it.
Yes.
There was a question about
within the energy
scholarship
space.
Secretariat and stuff.
Okay, yes,
I think you
was
didn't
that.
answer.
Yes.
Let me answer that. We've given some money to the Scholarship Secretariat, and the Scholarship Secretariat, I think Director General also came out and explained that last year, September last year, a good amount of people were sent abroad to study without recourse to the budget, and so we should support. We have subsequently transferred some money to the Scholarship Secretariat, but he says to me that they've sent a team to validate the claims, whether they are legitimate or not. Some traveled in the name of scholarships to go and study, but when they went, they did not study, and the payments, they were just there and just receiving the money, and so they are trying to validate. So as we speak, I think they have some resources to be able to make some payment for those legitimate ones.
The flagship of government from the campaign was 24-hour economy.
Correct.
Listening to you carefully, you allocated 110 million
for the Secretariat.
I see.
Yeah.
How are they supposed to? So what are they supposed to do?
Okay, so 24-hour economy.
Because I'm asking because it looks like your allocation should match your priority.
Okay, correct, and that's exactly what we did. So 24-hour economy secretariat is there to design the policy and ensure its implementation. The policies as designed are private sector driven, and private sector led, and it is not them that will, for example, spend the resources to do it. It's private sector. And so if you notice when I made statement, that particular statement, I linked it to what GIF and DBG, for example, will be doing. So if they, for example, are able to identify Project A and link that project to Ghana Infrastructure and Investment Fund or the Development Bank Ghana or the Exim Bank, resources would then, private sector resources would then be given to those businesses for those businesses to be able to drive. And so the allocation to the businesses will not come from the 24-hour secretariat, but will come from the banks, Exim, DBG, and GIF, Ghana Infrastructure Investment Bank. The 110 million Ghana cedis that you see is for the running of this efficient management of this activities of the 24-hour economy secretariat.
I'm taking you back to something I asked you first.
Yes.
The headline was government books look tidy, but contracted staff, banks absorb the shocks, development stalls. I was looking at the central bank's September 2025 summary of economic activity. Construction sector. Activity in the construction subsector, proxied by the volume of cement sales, declined by 10.7% year on year. In July 2025 to 212,000 tons, down from 238. However, on month-on-month basis, cement sales increased by 3.1%. Cumulatively, cement sales improved. Then they said the relative decline in total cement sales year on year was due to a moderation in construction activities during the review period. Then they also used passenger arrivals. Passenger arrivals also declined by 8.5% in year-on-year terms, and they give the figures. Now, then they say cumulatively for the first 7 months, passenger arrivals dropped slightly. Now, the reason I'm giving these two, construction, you yourself know, is one of the most important for job creation. Some people blame your fiscal policies for the struggles of the construction sector. So arrears payment and all of those. Of course, this data is up to July, right? But there's a sense in which the tightening is potentially going to sacrifice growth in the future, which is why the construction sector and again the passenger travels, because again for many years that has always gone up. are you not concerned that this your tightening thing you're doing, there will be an unexpected consequence of sacrifice economic growth in the coming years?
I wish there's a choice, but unfortunately there's no choice. Because where we are going, if you do not tighten, you will crash again. And so something certainly will have to give. You live in a country where your debt was unsustainable at high risk. You've just given haircuts because you cannot pay your debt. Your fiscal anchor is unsustainable because it's what is leading to the debt. And it has obviously caused a lot of problems, inflation, interest rate, and all to the private sector. And businesses are shutting down. To reverse it, you need to tighten. Recognizing that, yes, for sure, something will got to give. This construction that you are talking about is going to pick up in style. Because, for example, you recognize that in the budget we have allocated 30 billion cedis for the big push. It is nothing but construction. It is nothing but for asphalt and cement. It is for the road sector, 30 billion. Aside that 30 billion, we have allocated 4.4 billion cedis to the Ministry of Roads. We have allocated another 3 billion cedis for Road Maintenance Trust Fund. We have also allocated 888 million Ghana cedis, obviously for the purposes of building agricultural roads. So you can see the quantum of money going to the construction sector, particularly the road sector. So it may have contracted in the first half of the beginning of this year. Clearly that is the case because it was a new government. Things need to change. We were validating claims. We were making sure that jobs are being done properly and all. So it was slow, but it's going to pick up in style, this time targeted. And it is being targeted to growth poles, and building these roads will build a country. And so that will happen. But as for the tightening, it is a necessary evil. You cannot run away from the tightening. Something needs to be done. We need to return to a moderate debt, risk of debt distress, which we are there today, because of the tightening. So all of this needs to be done, and the private sector must benefit from it. Today, the private sector is breathing again. You can see inflation coming down, lending rates dropping, and all. Until you do some of these basic things and reduce the debt and all, and government's ability to support the social sector, this country cannot grow and spend right.
Let's take the last set of questions from Caleb.
Bernard, I'll bring in one on electric vehicles, the levies and duties on same. We're trying to go zero carbon emissions and all of that. But from the industry players, I'm learning we have about 52% charges or duties on electric vehicles. I'm sure this has come to your attention. There's some position on that.
So I cannot relieve all the taxes in day one. And so gradually we may get there. This budget, what I did was to review the VAT Act, of which I promised beginning of this year, and I've delivered on that. I've given back about 6 billion cedis to the people of Ghana, both households and businesses. Aside that, I've reduced business costs by 5%. And I believe that business cost that we've been able to reduce will go a long way to support businesses to be able to make more profit. And then obviously when they make the profit and declare big dividend, I can get to tax them. and then they will also be able to now employ more and park some of the amount to support their businesses. We have also reduced increase the VAT registration threshold from 200,000 to 750,000 by exempting small businesses from the collection and payment of VAT. And so that has also been done.
Can I just throw in how that transition will pan out? So for businesses, some businesses may fall within the 750. Right. Those who would have been in the 200,000, if they were already registered, how will they transition?
We would deregister them.
Stress-free?
Yes, stress-free.
Okay, yesterday the minister spoke to more than half of the population, and I represent that population, which is women. You talked about the Women Development Fund.
Bank.
Yes, the fund for the Women Development Bank. And you also talked about recapitalizing ADB and NIB, which is great news for businesses. Businesses are happy about that, as well as the tax reforms. But the question for me is, how will that translate into efficient lending for women-led or generally SMEs in Ghana?
Okay. Excellent question, Kakra. The Women Development Bank will be formed early next year. I have been privileged to see the kind of strategy they've developed. It's impressive. I cannot talk about it in detail here. His Excellency, the Vice President, is leading the formation of the bank. And early next year, when the bank will be officially adored, she'll come out and speak around it, and I'm sure you'll be happy.
Oh, yes, we'll be looking forward to that. I'm from a woman-led business. My mom started our business, so we are very interested in that.
But there are more questions on sports. In the area of sports, can the minister tell us why we are allocating 200 million Ghana cedis for 3 new stadia in 3 regions when we have 10 youth resource centers that have been abandoned for a long time, Minister?
Where are the 10 youth centers? There's like this 3 regions are regions that do not have any sports facilities, and so the focus is to give them facility.
Are these new regions?
These are new regions. They are not existing regions. Regions already having some. So recently some regions were created, and some of them do not have any sporting facility.
So the ones you are giving are what?
They are going to
Western North.
I think. What I did was to allocate the resources to the ministers for the minister for sports to choose which region.
He's from Oti, so I'm sure the first one will be Oti.
I will not be the
Western North. Yes. And then the third maybe we have for something.
Exactly. So we have 6 regions, and there is another region, an existing old region that doesn't have one. I think it's Upper East region that doesn't have one. So there are 7 in all.
Okay.
And I think Volta region also doesn't have a sports stadium.
The whole stadium is now a white elephant. Okay. There's nothing there.
Minister, on the Agenda 111 hospitals, you mentioned that 10 will be completed.
Correct.
Some are asking the criteria for the selection, and if the others, there's commitment that the others will be completed as well. When?
So this particular administration, this is our first year in office. We're going to second year. So if you had to do 10, at least you can finish 30. Okay. And so there's a plan to finish up to 30 or even more, depending on resources. So next year, for example, if I'm to get more money, I can increase the allocation for them to finish 15 or 20. But today, I can allocate 10.
Okay.
The Minister of Education, when I discussed with him, the Minister of Health, the plan is to identify those that are almost completed and finish up to 10, and also some in areas of pressing need. So this will be the criteria that he will use in selecting it. But again, I do not select for the ministers.
Okay.
I do the allocation, and it's for the sector minister who knows the sector to be able to select to support.
Bernard, the early career pharmacists say they are excited at the candor with which you are addressing issues, and they are saying that if they had had this for a while, they wouldn't have been as disillusioned as they've been in the past. But the Minister of Health indicated that there's a backlog of about 70,000 health professionals over the last 4 years. And can you share specific allocations for permanent recruitment for, say, pharmacists, nurses, doctors?
I share their concern. I mean, it's quite a lot. I can't employ 70,000 in 1 year. Okay, I'll break the budget. Compensation or wages and salaries will control the national purse. So I have to do it sustainably and in a way that will not move the burden from just increasing the payroll to something else. So I'm trying to do that. I've given a quota, we'll work around it, and we'll announce it in detail. I should not be the one to be announced, and I'm sure the minister
I have
will.
5 minutes to go, so I have a few questions. Your growth, or our growth, has largely done well because of gold and cocoa prices. So if those prices collapse, where is the growth going to come from?
Okay, so that is why I'm diversifying the economy. For now, the prices are doing well. We've checked the projections going into the medium term, and we are very comfortable, particularly with gold, and also comfortable around cocoa. But we are diversifying the economy, and I announced the oil palm development strategy, and to add oil palm to cocoa, so that we will not only be relying on cocoa. So if you have another cash crop, or another tropical crop that will also do well, then you can obviously if one goes down, one can survive, and then you can have the oil palm. I think after oil palm, the focus will also move to another crop. We have another tropical crop that is also very profitable, that was doing well, but for some reason was going down. I signaled that government has taken a decision to deal with the export of raw rubber. And then the rubber industry is the second thing that we have to look at, and it has
So these are more long-term structural.
But in the meantime, palm is
our economy is import dependent.
Yes.
A lot of our local manufacturers complain about cost of electricity and also the availability of cheap imports. This month we've been talking about smuggling of everything into Ghana. The textile industry is collapsing. Even rice farmers can't sell their rice because we are bringing rice, some of which is smuggled into the country. So whatever you're doing, the local producers who create jobs, power costs are killing them, and then cheap imports are drowning them. What are you going to do about those two key things? Because if you want sustainable growth, local production must be supported. What's your comment?
Okay. Ben, you're so right. Smuggling is a concern. Beginning 2026, we are going to the Ghana Revenue Authority, led by the Customs and particularly the Preventive Division. We are going to launch nationwide assault on smuggling to protect local industries. Smuggling affects a country in many ways. You export jobs, you lose revenue and all. We will have to find a way to stop the smuggling one way or the other. The best way to deal with it is when you catch them, don't give them their goods. Confiscate it and sell it. If they lose their working capital, the information will go out there and people will stop. It got to stop, because smuggling is not helping anyone. It is not making the work of local businesses surviving. For example, in areas of palm oil, we are spending $500 million United States dollars, its equivalent, to develop a palm industry. Today, if you develop the palm industry and you don't fight smuggling, it will not succeed. And so we have to fight smuggling. And that is why I also announced that I'm going to add the edible oil, as part of the sizable tax scheme, so that we'll have a tax stamp on it, so that you can be able to distinguish between what has been smuggled in and what has not been smuggled in, and many others. But we'll have a plan to do a plan on how to tackle smuggling, and I'm sure you'll see that beginning next year.
In the last year budget, you promised in paragraph 277 that the road toll will be reintroduced this year. I don't think it has been, and I didn't hear you mention it in the next budget.
It hasn't been reintroduced, and but they have finished the concept. They have agreed on when to introduce it, and I'm sure the Minister for Roads and Highways will complete the process before the year end, so that beginning next year we know it will start. But they've gone through the selection and all, and I think they are ready to begin the road tolling.
Bernard, the National Apprenticeship Program, there are 10,000 beneficiaries. This year, you're looking to increase it by 100,000. But I understand that you've also slashed their budget by 50%.
Oh, I've not slashed their budget. I've given them, I think we gave them 170 million cedis or so. So that's not a slash of 50%.
When will we talk to you again? You've said many things. You've promised many things. And so today is 14th November. When should we come back to check how it's going?
Okay, I'll be back mid-year next year. So next year, now I need time to go and implement my policies. And 6 months down the line, I'll be able to come to you.
So around June?
Around, I think July. I'll go to Parliament around first, second week in July. And after that, I'll come and see.
Hopefully, no major exogenous shock drives you to come here. Like maybe some gold price collapse or something. Because there are always exogenous things that affect economies. Yeah. So hopefully nothing happens that forces you to come back to say you have to reallocate or something.
Touchwood will be fine.
We'll be fine.
By the grace of God.
we couldn't ask all the questions, but thank you for coming. I'm sure you'll go to other places and they'll listen there. I really appreciate your time.
I enjoy coming to you.
It's a good pleasure to have you. Thank you for speaking to us. Kazelatu Forsen is the MP for Ejumako Inyan Esiam and also the Minister for Finance. Acting Defense Minister.
Please,
by the way, when would they
can I say hello to my constituents? It's been a while.
Then say it in fancy.
But maybe if you and say,
I
wanted to say that. Say Anya Road now. Say what?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So that was Kazatu Forsen. When we come back, we have a big surprise with Vivo. Stay tuned. It's getting exciting.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Verna is clean, fresh and safe. I'm holding my Verna bottle. No plastic seal, no worries. Open and hear the sound like click. That sound means it's fresh, no trick. No plastic seal, but it's still pure. Cool and clean, you can be sure. Verna leads the brighter way. What takes my doubt away? If it clicks, it's Verna. If it clicks, it's clean. Sip it, feel the difference. Verna water, pure and green. Click, open, sip. Click, open, sip. Chalet Verna. No stress, just sip. Chalet Verna, no stress, just sip.
This advert is FDA approved.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late, of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Yeah, you go fit the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From not the cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go fit be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go fit be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, mommy, simple direction. Mr. Goodluck no check me well.
Yeah,
man.
Easy car. Or dial star 712 hash.
The devil is a liar.
He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
I'm his birthday.
Oh, how romantic.
And he followed the prompt, yes. And then boom, confirmation test.
I'm quick, pick 5 numbers for me, okay? I'm feeling like service.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, baby, our family payment before December, may release a motivational album. Patapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
All right, you're welcome back. It's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel One TV. Now we're about to get into a conversation, and this conversation might actually excite you and interest you. So I want you to just stay glued to your seat and enjoy. But before then, I'm just going to give you a clue of what this conversation is about. If you're an ardent watcher of, Channel 1 TV and an ardent listener of City 97.3 FM. I'm sure you've heard this song before. The luckiest. Luckiest everywhere, na 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 na. The luckiest. Well, everybody in my family can sing it. All of us are infected with this song, and everyone in City and also Channel 1 can sing this song. So yeah, we're about to speak to people from the luckiest, and we have Nanama Otibo, the PR team. She's a PR team member of the luckiest, and Karen Podo, also a PR team member of the luckiest. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
And you're all wearing your shirts.
Yeah.
Ooh, repping the luckiest. All right, so for people joining us for the first time who probably have heard the ad or seen the ad and wondering, what is the luckiest all about? Can you refresh our minds on what the luckiest is all about?
Okay, so when we say the luckiest, it's a life-changing opportunity brought to Ghana by Junius Lusai to help simply alleviate poverty. We are just trying our best to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor, because we know in Ghana and across the world, the system is structured to make the rich richer and the poor poorer. So this is an opportunity to, have a game of chance and see how best you can be able to win. So basically that.
Yeah. So how do you move one person from one position to another? How do you do that?
So it's not about moving one person from one position to another as much as trying to use a platform, which is our platform that we have, to change the circumstance, the financial circumstance you find yourself in. Yes, and all you need to do is dial *712#, and then you can participate.
Is it expensive? Is it free?
No, with as little as 1 Ghana cedis, you'll be able to participate, because again, we don't want the social class where it's only a particular group of people that will be able to play. We want it to be available to everyone. So with as little as 1 Ghana cedi, you can play. But if you know that you want to take your chance, take a higher risk, you can play more than 1 Ghana cedi.
I think I will start with 1 Ghana cedi.
Yes, you can start with 1 Ghana cedi.
Because I'm a low risk person. Yeah. But then again, you guys have been around for like 3 years.
Yes.
So how many people have benefited from you?
Oh, a lot. Like, we've even lost count at this point. And even this year that the promo started running, many people have even benefited, because this year we introduced the instant prizes where you can play a cumulative of 100 cedis and then you get an instant prize. So once you've played maybe one cedi 100 times, you can redeem a gift. You can get a TV, you can get a microwave. That easy. It's not complicated.
Right. Have you played before?
We are not allowed to play.
Oh, you're not allowed to play.
Unfortunately.
Right. So basically, how does it work? If do I need to have money in my mobile money wallet?
Yes, you should.
You should. Across all networks. You can play across Momo, Vodafone Cash, which is now Teletel Cash, Airtel Tigo. Just dial the short code and then you are in. And so far as you have Momo, you'll be able to do it. And it doesn't matter if you have a smartphone or a YAM, you can play.
Right.
And you can also play on our website, which is www.theluckiestafrica.com.
Right. So what are some of the gifts or prizes that you've given out
recent times?
In recent times.
Okay, so the very first one that's caught my attention, that was very emotional for me, we partnered Echo House for an event. So we did it at their premises. And Krista, I will shock you, a guy came with a YAM phone, the small Nokia phones, and he just participated with 20 Ghana cedi. He even cried. It really got my attention. He cried. He was like, I came here with a young phone and I'm going home with a smartphone, So we are touching lives. We are doing a lot of things to better the lives of Ghanaians. That's why we've given an opportunity for any Ghanaian living abroad. We know how abroad life is. People are abroad, but it's not all rosy like that. So that's why we have the platform. If you want to participate and by chance you win, we have 60 days period for you to come and claim your prize.
Right. So if you're abroad, how does it work?
So you go to the website. Every information is, if you want to play, you play and pay with your MasterCard or your Visa card. And you will play. When you play, you will get feedback just like we do here with the USSD here in Ghana. And when you are able to win anything, whether it's a cash prize or a non-cash prize, you have 60 days. If you can, delegate somebody to come and take the prize on your behalf, we verify everything, you will get what you want.
Right. So one would say this is actually something for adults. How do you ensure that it's an adult that is playing and not someone under 18?
All right. So you don't have to be less than 18. When you are less than 18, you are not allowed to play. If you play, definitely we would have to give you your prize, right? And then we'll have to validate that before we give it to you. So definitely you come with an ID card, and if you come with an ID card and it says otherwise, we can't give you the prize, because we are regulated by the NLA, and that's one of the rules and regulations we have to follow as an organization.
All right, so before we talk about this big draw that is coming up, let's talk about CSR. I mean, I've seen you guys everywhere, and then there's this exciting thing you do when we have the City Business Olympics. You actually bring the ladies, to add color and everything. I know. So you guys have like, you guys actually come with a big presence anywhere that you are, invited to. So let's talk about CSR. What are some of the CSR activities that you've taken part in?
This year, Christelle, it will blow your mind. We're part of Rapaholic. We're the key sponsor for Rapaholic. A Footwear Fashion in Cape Coast, we were there. Recently, we were in Kumasi with our activation, and we went to Okonfa-Noche Hospital. We know the government is trying, but in our small corner where we are, we also want to brighten the corner where we are. So we also went there to, give some items that will help their day-to-day activities at the hospital. We gave monitors, scrubs, gloves. We gave a lot of things, both to the nurses and some of the patients in-house there. And also this year, we are looking at mobility. We are making sure that mobility is easy, because we know people are living at the outskirts of town, but they have to travel to town for work and so many businesses. So we are giving out buses. There are branded buses in town.
Buses?
Yeah. Free buses.
Free bus rides.
And it's free. You would have to enter for free. All you need to do is dial *712# and buy a ticket as low as 5 cedis. And if you want to be in that bus for 5 times in one day, that 5 cedis will transport you everywhere. It is free. Aside that, we are collaborating with Ghana Blind Union to give white keys to the blind.
Which is coming up this Saturday.
This Saturday at Ekopon. And we're also giving wheelchairs to people who are not able to walk on their own. So this year, our key CSR is mobility, so that every Ghanaian has the access to be able to move from one place to the other very easily. And then we're also looking at doing so many more things. If you are looking at the things we have invested in so far, education, sports, entertainment, we want to cover all the departments that will help an individual have a comfortable life.
For everybody.
Yeah. You entry to our name.
Right. But how has it been working with other companies when it comes to this topic of CSR?
Mostly we come in with the big guns, which is the financial aspect. And then because we are major financiers of any program that we find ourselves in, we end up putting up our banners and everything. So it hasn't been a challenge, because when you have the money, obviously you call the shots.
Money! We're talking about money! Anyway, let's talk about, the big draw. Let's talk about the one we've been hearing on the radio, the one that you've been talking about. Let's give us some gist about it before you go.
Okay, so the big draw is happening the last Saturday in December. That's 20th December. Reason why we chose December is that the euphoria with Christmas. You know, when we're kids, Crystal, your mommy will send you, go and buy Milo, then you go, there are a lot of balloons.
Yes.
So that's the ideology.
That's why I say I don't have luck, because when I pick that thing, I always get this. You see those very tiny ones that when you're blowing, like
all your side. So we chose 20th December this year because that's the last Saturday before Christmas, in order to, help people enjoy Christmas. And the year ahead, you spend all your December money in December, forgetting that January is just in the corner. So we are doing that so that we can empower people financially for the year ahead. And concerning our draw, this year we are giving a whopping 2.5 million as our grand prize. So the ticket
and that means you should start
now. Yes. So the ticket is as low as 1 cedi. That is for anybody who wants to participate, but the ticket fee is 5,000. So the multiplier is 500. So anybody if a single-handed person buys the ticket 5,000 out of the market, and he's the luckiest ticket. Okay. Crystal, think out loud. 2.5 million.
And we are the only organization giving that amount. Every other gaming show gives maximum 1 million.
That's a good way to start the next year.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. Anyway, let's go through the process again for those who are just joining us for the first time and want to participate in any of this. Okay. So what's the process online and USSD?
*712#, and then you follow the prompts. You can buy a ticket for yourself, and the platform allows you to also buy a ticket for a friend. So you just enter the friend's number, and the friend gets the ticket instantly when you play. When you are done processing, going through the menu to purchase your tickets, you get a message that lets you know the ticket number that you are playing on. That is the tickets that will be called during the grand draw. So you can take note of it. But if you do forget the ticket number, option 4, I think, option 5 will allow you to talk to a customer support that will help you identify your ticket. And then option 3 allows you to view ticket history. So the number of times you've bought, your ticket history is there. The system records it, and then you can just make reference to it. So there's no way you lose your ticket number. So just dial *712# and then follow the prompts. Or you can use the website www.theluckiestafrica.com.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's been interesting having this conversation with you. I'm going to pick up my phone right after this conversation and try to be part of this. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking about the luckiest, and yes, I love the ads so much. So we've been speaking to Nanama Otibo, PR team member of the luckiest, and Karen Podo, a PR team member of the luckiest. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
We are grateful that you stayed with us here on Breakfast Daily on Channel One TV, and we have a lot for you on the show. Let's enter into this conversation. I'm sure you may have heard or seen these billboards in town. God as CEO event, which is upcoming. This event is going to be an interesting one. And of course, there are 3 individuals in studio here for us to talk about the event proper, what really the event is, who qualifies to be at the event, and what we are looking to do at this particular event. We have Tom Wright here, who is the board member, God as CEO. We also have Patience Glee, who is the communications coordinator, God as CEO. And we have Dwyer, who is also the president and CSO, rather as God as CEO. Yes. Thank you so much for coming, gentlemen and lady. Let me start with you. God as CEO, what is it about?
It's about love, excellence, and truth, and that's what we teach. Love, excellence, truth in anything you do. And we also believe that God blesses our yeses. When God's asking you to do something, just say yes and follow His will.
This is the 11th edition. How has the previous one been?
It's been awesome. We had a great turnout and lots of key people and boards and just questions answered, and it's been amazing.
Okay, so with interesting things that you are saying, Patience, I want to come to you. This event proper, tell us what someone gains when the individual attends this event. We know that it's about love, like he's indicated, and all that, but share with us details of this event.
Okay, so for the past 10 years, we have been equipping business professionals to live out their faith, be like Christ, or be a light for Christ in the marketplace. So this year's event is themed Building Excellent Teams with God's Blueprint. So this event is going to help these professionals gain very practical insights, real life testimonies from our speakers, and they'll be sharing what helped them. And we have seasoned speakers coming from all walks of life who have done very well in business, I mean, as you can see here, and they are going to share how they lived their faith in the marketplace without compromising, then reaching the standards. So if you're thinking of coming, you're going to gain really amazing things. You'll learn new strategies. Doug will speak on proving hiring and retention strategies. Akosia will talk on creations, that's team creation strategies. Dr. Irene Stella Jenin Boateng will touch on team culture, and Samuel Atamensa will also touch on servant leadership. So if you are struggling with putting your team together, this would be a perfect event to attend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Doug, you are the president of God as CEO.
Yes.
How did it come about to bring about this whole idea? Let's organize this and let's champion this cause.
So in 2003, I bought a company, and anyway, through a mentor of mine, I promised God I would never name myself CEO. Okay. I would look to him as CEO. So I've never been a CEO. I'm the chief stewarding officer.
Okay.
And really, all of us are a chief stewarding officer. So I've just followed God. Was obedient to come here on a mission trip in 2013, and out of that, God as CEO birthed here in the U.S., but then it expanded here in Ghana in 2014. And so last year was our 10th anniversary here.
Beautiful. So you have moved away from the fact that ideally, if you are heading a business, you should see yourself as a chief executive officer, and God should be the chief executive officer of an institution. But with that, how will you explain that if God is the chief executive officer, how is he going to work through the individual who is the CSO of the institution?
Absolutely. So as a steward, I'm managing something on God's behalf at his direction. So I need to consult with him and pray and say, God, how do you want me to handle this? How do I need to answer this question? So in doing that, especially with this training, if we think about how do we treat our people, we should treat them with loving kindness. But then there's also tough love. Well, how do you do that? You need best practices. That's where excellence come in. What are the best practices for hiring, recruiting, retention? And there's really no argument between strong biblical principles and business practices. And so you can create higher retention with better systems and a better culture that's based on love and accountability, because accountability helps people get better. And if you can help people get better, they're going to go, hey, I grow here, but I'm also loved here. And I'm treated like a person, not just a worker.
Wow, interesting. So let me come to you, Tom. Who qualifies to be at this event?
Generally managers, business owners, anybody wanting to learn how to put God first in their business.
Okay. And Patience, how is the patronage going? Like, how do I get to be part of this? Am I supposed to give a call? Am I supposed to do some sort of email and all that to be part of this event?
Yeah, so if you want to attend, interestingly, we have very limited seats left. Yes, so we'll ask you to call our office number. Currently, we've closed down our website portal.
Why?
Because the numbers are amazing. And
wow, a lot.
Yes, and we actually had to reserve a few slots because of today's interview. So if you want to secure a slot, you'd have to call our office line, which is 055-045-4700. So you speak with someone in the team and they will help you secure your seats for the day. So please be quick. we actually want to see you there.
Is it a whole day's event?
Yeah, so we are going to start at exactly 9 a.m. and at exactly 4 p.m. we are out of there. Yes, so we ask that you prepare yourself. I mean, you would wish we would extend the time based on previous testimonies, yes. So that's how it's going to be like. And it's filled with different activities. So we'll have speaker presentations, panel sessions, and different activities to keep you involved. And there's an interesting part, which is the excellence training, and we'll have our team from the U.S. equip attendees with world-class strategies. So you don't want to miss this.
Yeah,
it's going to be
some of the people here, we personally know them, like Samuel Atamensa, who is the managing director here. So, of course, we know what really we are going to give out at this particular event. But, Doug, how should someone look at it like sort of encouragement for someone who is now thinking, hey, why and how can I be part of this event? Any word of encouragement to this individual who has to take the decision now to be part of God as CEO?
Yeah, so it's really a mind shift, right? And a lot of people, you can go to work. When God first asked me to bring him to work, I'm like, I just go to work. How do I bring him in? And so you're going to learn practical ways to do that. So if you want your life to matter for having a better return on your investment in your business here on earth, but also the bigger thing is helping eternal consequences. As a Christian, right, we want to impact people's lives for eternity, not just for earthly. So you can get earthly ROI, but better yet, if you do it God's way and follow Him, you can get eternal ROI, and that's what's going to last forever.
Yeah, beautiful. So as we wrap up this interview, final words from you, Tom, Patience, and also Doc.
I would say we're all here for a purpose, for a reason. God has us here for a reason, and that's to further the kingdom. It's not about our kingdom, it's about His kingdom.
Beautiful, beautiful. Patience?
Yes, I also want to say that there's a profound statement that makes that in every journey, there are difficult times, there are hard times, but your faith is supposed to equip you throughout this journey. And that's one thing the business encounter is about. So we would want to see you then. Would also want you to come around. We have our sponsors, Rivia, Wopeka, Malina, who have supported this journey. They would also be around. So there's an opportunity to engage with them.
Beautiful. And Doc?
If you want your life to count for eternal purposes, you need to attend. And I would assume there's many people that are feeling convicted right now. Make the investment in yourself and in the future and in God's kingdom and see what He does on how your life will improve. Like anything, being great at what you do in your job, you got to sacrifice, make time and energy to get good at anything. And to do it God's way, it takes the same thing. But hey, there's earthly success and there's eternal, and it's like this.
Yeah. But before we go, Patience, here's a quick one. When is it happening? How much do you pay to attend? Okay,
so this event is happening tomorrow at 9 a.m. and we are meeting at the Chartered Institute of Bankers Ghana, which is at East Legon. The rate is 500 Ghana cedis. So once you call the number 055-045-4700, you'll be directed on how to complete your payment.
Beautiful. So there you heard from Patience, who is the communications coordinator, God as CEO, Tom also board member, God as CEO, and also Doug, who is the president, God as CEO. Make sure that you attend this event. Make God the leader in your organization. Let Him be the CEO, and you have to be the steward, right? The steward. Amen. Yeah, beautiful. Anyway, so we're going for a quick break. When we come back, we have more for you on the show.
All right, welcome back. It's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel One TV. We're about to have another conversation. It feels like it's all about events and celebrations and happy moments. Well, we're about to talk about another event which you would enjoy, especially those from Every Girl. Stand up, stand up, stand up, because this conversation is about you guys. So it's all about the Every Girl 79 Speech and Prize Giving Day. So in studio with me, we have Ekua Boahima Owusu Setre, the president of the Every Girls 2000 Year Group, Ya Enima Danso Misa, organizer of 2000 Year Group, and Grace Ofosu Donko, Global Communications Director Awoga and Financial Secretary of 2000 Year Group. 2000 Year Group, you're all welcome.
Thank you.
So you're the real millennial,
That's right.
the millennium people. Yeah, you're all welcome.
Thank you so much.
And I love that you're all repping with your attires.
Yeah.
All right, so how important is this event for you? Before I even ask you about your school, how important is this event for you? Anybody can take it.
Well, it's Speech and Prize Giving Day. It's yearly, and so it's a time where the school gets to celebrate old girls, celebrate the children, give them awards and all that. So appreciating the teachers, the students, and other year groups, and even the community. So it's a very important time for the school and the church and the community.
All right, so Grace, this is to you. What makes Every Girl so special?
So Every Girls was founded in 1946. We've gone through various phases to make the school what it is now. And every year, the year group that left Every Girls 25 years hosts that year's Speech and Prize Giving Day. So this year is a time
or the period for 2000 year group for us to host this particular time. We've done various things gearing towards this particular event. 2 years ago, we had a cooking competition amongst classes to bring together the various members of the 2000 year group. We've also had some games and also to raise funds as well amongst ourselves and all that. So we've done a lot towards this particular program, and we're happy that it's finally here.
Right. So yeah, what are some of the fun moments when you were in school?
I have many, but the founders one will be, you see, when you're in a brewery at the time, you're not supposed to speak Twi. And for some reason, I don't know if I did speak that much Twi, but what happened is that on Friday, they mentioned the names of everybody who spoke Twi and those who were late, and almost every Friday, my name was. The headmistress said, this girl is just incorrigible. In fact, she even let me learn that word for the first time, incorrigible. So I think that would be probably my founder's moment, apart from the fact that I was best entertaining student of the year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you look like an entertainer. You actually look like an entertainer.
Oh, thank you.
But how important is it bringing back the old school, the old students back to a school?
Okay, so apart from the fact that it's the 29th anniversary, it is also our 25th year of leaving the school. So what happens is that it is something that's done in every girls. Everybody that has, on your 25th year, you host the speech and prize giving day. Right. So as much as the focus is on the speech day, it's more on the fact that we, the 2000 year group, are turning 25 this year, and then we're hosting this year group. And then there's a legacy project that you also have to, sort of do when as part of the commemoration. And if you ask about the importance, me being here, I went to Aburi Girls, I think I was 15 or 16. So my nurturing years, was done in Aburi Girls, So I appreciate, whoever I have become today, I owe a lot to Aburi Girls for that. So it is important that, this speech and prize giving day.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you just spoke about the legacy project, and Ekia, what is the legacy project that you guys are embarking on?
We are working on the tower, the school tower. It's the only iconic thing on the hill. We are proudly the hosts of the tower, yes. So the tower has been in existence for about 80 years. As you can see, it has some structural defects because it used to hold water in the early years of the school, and so there's some defects on it. So that's what we chose, because it's also in the center of classrooms and then the administration block. So it was causing some problems for the students and also for the administration. So we chose that one to renovate and repurpose.
Right.
The word is repurpose because it used to hold water, and now it's going to hold
something else.
Something different spaces. One is going to be for the Hall of Fame. So as you know, Aburi Girls, as important as we are, we have very important personalities that have gone through the school, and so that room is to showcase all of them, their achievements and all that. Yes. So that's what you see. That's what.
Well, that's very interesting. So, Grace, when you go back to the school and look at the ones that are there now, the young ones that are there, how does it make you feel? Thinking about, I've been here some years ago. Yeah, how does it make you feel?
I think it's a feeling of pride anytime I go there, and also thinking about the fact that when I was there, these girls were not born. I mean, but it's. I always feel proud anytime I enter the gates of Aburi Girls, and always feel that, these girls are also passing through the walls of Aburi and are going to make the school proud and then Ghana proud as well. So it's always a sense of pride anytime I go there.
Right. So when is this speech and prize giving day happening?
It's happening on Saturday, 22nd of November. But before that, there are certain activities we have put in place. So we're having the homecoming start on Thursday, the 20th of November. So we're going to climb up the hill from Ayimensa all through to the school. So that's like the beginning of the entire weekend for us. And then we have, on Friday, we'll unveil the project like Ikuya mentioned. And then on Saturday is the speech day itself. And then on Sunday, we'll have our Thanksgiving service.
Yeah. Right. So what should we expect from you people? Because obviously these days on the internet there's competition. So what should we expect?
I'll throw more light on that.
So I think that we are the last girls' school to celebrate.
Yeah.
Yes. And so
it's going to be bang bang.
We are just shutting it down.
Oh.
Shutting the year down.
It's a shutdown.
We are killing it. Yeah.
It's a shutdown.
Yes.
But the theme for the
We are cracking
we are
it.
resetting.
Oh, resetting and the resetting economy and the resetting government.
Everything is resetting.
All right, so before I let you go, a little birdie told me that you can actually sing your school anthem. So, can we?
It's our musicians.
All right, so you can all join.
Yes.
You can all join for the school
The
anthem.
musicians. A 2,000-year group choir. Erica.
Okay,
These are
and they're all
choristers.
all right, and they're all cladded in the uniform.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
These are our choristers.
All right, so before I let you go, ladies and gentlemen, so after this, we'll be right back with more, but let's enjoy before we go.
Our school is built on a hill. Beposohan is our motto. We are always victorious, 'cause we work in God's name. Oh, every girl. Oh, every girl. Oh, every mighty eagles. We shall never, ever, ever lose our faith. Oh, every girls. Oh, every girls. Oh, every mighty eagles. We shall never, ever, ever lose our faith.
All right, so that's it. Let's go on a quick break and we'll be back.
Wubia, say dear, if you couldn't be Yankasa, Enti, Kanena, a Bosili, met Damu Yashan, Nina, Akem, a Nasboy Enterprise, as a control said, what's you fear ye? We hear POP ceiling, Papa, what many design, plaster board installation, TV unit design, a Cassian Kitwa, and a talent a Hoodwina, or making neat at the amount. Afi, was sounds your painting, into a damn be a was here, for Fred and Nasboy Enterprise. You will paint in the comma at the amount. Afi, window designs Bia, Yadin Nabi, a Biana would drink, say, Ubesifie, the Fina Ubesi and so on. Who here the Subi Mada, a Nasboy Enterprise, SCT, say residential and a commercial construction. Afi, where renovation and remodeling, surveying Bia open, or burning comma at the amount. Afi, architectural designs I call Chico my buyer, and the drawing plans, or buying in neat at the amount. Minia Berima, Mamma come for a Nasboy Enterprise and for more. It's all said, when him did, and in sound your fair. Come on, Enti, so open name of Mabubosunina, Ejumadia, a Nasboy Enterprise, no show needs, located a Nasboy Enterprise, our Tantra Hill, Amasamai, and the Ablikuma, Canada Junction, so open Shimwa, Fred, 034 611 3461. A Nasboy Enterprise, Wunimte, Ankasa.
Love the Premier League? Your DSTV premium subscription could get you there in real life, Charlie. Stay connected for your chance to watch the Premier League live. Man U versus Man City at Old Trafford, or Arsenal versus Man U in London. Stay connected to score with DSTV Premium. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Trotro from Kaswa dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Obey you later.
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From Latepia, cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Senya, God, the apple boom. If you put it toye, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, mommy, simple direction. Mr. Good Luck no check me way.
Yeah,
man.
Easy cry. Or dial star 712 hash.
The devil is a liar.
He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
How much baby?
Oh, how romantic.
And he followed the prompts. Yes. And then boom. Confirmation test.
One quick, pick 5 numbers for me, okay? I'm feeling like 7.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, do you have family payment? Before December, may release a motivational album. Patapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
And of course, we are bringing you a lot more on the show on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. And I'm sure that you know that today is World Diabetes Day. If you didn't know, then we are telling you here on the show. We are about to have interesting conversations around that. How to go about our day-to-day activities, some of the things we've been hearing. Are we supposed to do A, B, C to get healthy? We are taking a lot of sugar. We getting there when it comes to diabetes and all that. The fact that you're taking a lot of sugar doesn't mean that you get diabetes, among other things we've been hearing. I'm sure you'll be hearing some. But in studio is Matilda Emisa, who is a physician specialist at Kolebu Teaching Hospital. We also have with Dara Clote, who is also a physician at Kolebu Teaching Hospital. I trust you are doing well, ladies.
Yes, we are.
How is it going with diabetes issues? We understand now the cases are increasing. Let me start with you, Ruth. Is it true
that the cases of diabetes are going up?
Going up?
Yes, they are.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Well, so this depends on some of the lifestyle changes that is happening around us here now, especially the sedentary lifestyles, lack of physical activity, urbanization, yes, and then also changing our diet.
We are no more eating the things we used to eat.
Most of us are now resorting to taking in junk foods. Yes, and there are lots of fatty foods, lots of alcohol consumption.
Oh, alcohol?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. And then smoking. These days we are smoking all sorts of things.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know about that. I know alcohol, but do you know that the smoking bit is also increasing the diabetes cases in the various facilities? But how are you managing this? Maybe you are receiving too many. How are you going about the management?
So that's why we are engaging the media and also trying to make it common, or trying to make the public aware that the diabetes is common now. A lot of people are getting it, trying to educate them about the lifestyle changes, taking care of themselves, also having annual screenings, which a lot of us don't do. And if you don't screen, most of the diabetes, the symptoms don't come early. By the time you start experiencing the symptoms, you are already having the complications that come with the diabetes. So it is the screening that helps us to pick up people who are at risk, or even people who are getting the disease, then we manage them as and when it comes.
The symptoms, maybe somebody might have heard of diabetes, but may have seen 1, 2, 3 symptoms. He or she is not aware of it. What are some of the symptoms?
So the common ones we tell our patients is you tend to urinate a lot. So you urinating a lot, we are talking about the quantity, the volume of the urine you are producing, as well as the frequency. So you are peeing a lot more than you are peeing on a regular day. In the night, you are waking up about 3-4 times just to urinate. And because you are peeing a lot, your body also now tries to alert you to drink a lot of water. So then you are getting thirsty often, so you'd have to be drinking a lot more water. Some can drink as much as 4 liters, 5 liters of water a day.
Well, we are told drinking a lot of water is good.
It's good to drink a lot of water. 3 liters is okay, but then you are drinking more, 4-5 liters of water, and you are peeing a lot. And when also you tend to lose weight, and the weight you are losing, even though you are eating a lot, so you get hungry. And to talk about that, we'll have to go a bit into how diabetes comes about. With diabetes, we have what we call the insulin. The insulin, the work it's supposed to do is supposed to put glucose, which we call sugar. And this sugar is something you get from any food you're eating, your banku, your rice, your yam, your fruit you are eating. The end product or the breakdown is sugar or glucose. And this glucose is the source of energy for all your organs or the cells in your body. Insulin is supposed to push this sugar into the organs. But with diabetes, either you are not having insulin at all, or you have the insulin, but it's not working as it's supposed to work. So what happens is the sugar is not going into the organs or the cells. So your cells are starving, even though you have a lot of sugar in your blood, but your cells are starving. So in an attempt, you start feeling hungry. So then you're eating a lot. But then again, the sugar is not going into the cells, and you're losing the weight. So it becomes a cycle. So you're eating, you're losing weight, and the sugar is what we call osmotic agent. So it draws fluid, and that's what makes you pee a lot. Then you are drinking in more water. So it becomes a vicious cycle. Then the other things you can look out for are the complications. You get a cut, the wound is not healing early. Okay, you're having some tingling, some numbness in your feet. You are walking, you don't feel under your feet well, or you step on something, you don't feel the pain well. You are having issues with your eyesight. All these things are signs that could be that you are having symptoms of the diabetes. So you should just come for us to screen you for
Interesting. Auntie Ruth, the issue with taking a lot of sugar, we've heard that all. Is that another cause factor?
Yeah, so that's a myth. It is not true that it's the sugar you're taking.
Oh, really?
Yes, that gives diabetes. Anything at all that you eat, like Matilda mentioned, turns into sugar before it enters the blood. Yeah, so your banku you are eating, the fufu, the TZs, the rice balls, all of it eventually turns into sugar. Before it's able, yes, it enters your blood, and then that's where the insulin effect begins. So to now pull the sugar from your blood and distribute it to your body.
Wow, how are you commemorating this day, Diabetes Day?
Yeah, so today, like we all know, is World Diabetes Day. And so it's not just the day, but the whole month is set aside to celebrate diabetes or people living with diabetes. So from the beginning of the month till now, like we are here today, there has been so many media engagements at other radio stations and TV stations as well. And it doesn't only end today, it continues. There's going to be some fun activities at the Children's Park tomorrow for our children with type 1 diabetes. The following weeks, we have so many things that have been lined up to help with the celebration of diabetes. Yeah, so people in Dansoman can visit us on the 20th of November, where there's going to be screening exercises at the market. Yeah, so if you live around Dansoman or in Dansoman, you can join us there, and then we'll have you screened.
Beautiful. Any other thing you want to add?
Yes, and we would also be visiting some schools. So we'll be going to Accra Academy. The idea is to engage our youth, also talk to them about the lifestyle changes, because the commonest type of diabetes, which is the type 2, initially we used to see it in the older population, above 40, but now we are picking it up in the youth. in the young population. Why? Because of the lifestyle changes. Now we are adopting the Western lifestyle. We are eating a lot more junk food. We are not exercising more often. So we are picking up a lot of the type 2 in our younger population. So we are engaging the Makra Academy. We'll be going to the Sacred Heart School, as well as the Ministry of Health Basic School, just to have a talk with them, pick up the symptoms, educate them about good lifestyle habits as well.
What does it take to get tested?
So you can actually just go to any pharmacy. So they have these glucometer. Yes, the glucometer kits are available in most pharmacies. You go there, all they do is just prick you, just a small prick, and take your sugar. It depends on the time you go. If you go before your breakfast, early in the morning, that will be the fasting glucose. There's a level we are looking at. If you are getting above 7, it's a risk, it's a red flag, so you'd have to follow up at a hospital. If you go after your meals, that will be the random sugars. If you are getting above 11, that one is also a red flag, so you'd have to come to the hospital for us to screen you further.
Interesting.
So any pharmacy you can work in, any hospital you can go, just tell them you want to screen for diabetes and they'll take it up.
Thank you so much, Matilda, and thank you so much, Auntie Ruth. I'm told that people who are big like me are at higher risk. Is that true?
That's true.
Hey, then I need to do something about it. Anyway, so there you have it. World Diabetes Day. They are commemorating that day with a number of activities. You'd want to check that out. In studio was Matilda Misa, who is a physician specialist with Korle Bu, and also Ruth Dara. That's the name, right? Dara. Yeah, Clote, who is also a physician specialist at Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. We'll bring you more on the show. Please stay with us.
All right, you're welcome back, and we're still having conversations on Breakfast Daily. We're about to have another conversation, and this time it's about senior high school. So we're going to be talking about the Ashaiman Senior High School, and it's all about the 35th anniversary and speech and prize giving day that's going to be happening on the 15th of November 2025. So in studio with me, we have Victor Chrome, who is an executive member of ASOSA 1994, Franz Nyako, old student of, the Ashaiman Secondary School, 1996, and then Erica Nati, who's an old student, 2024. Oh, so you just graduated. Yes. Hi, how are you? How are you all doing?
You're doing well.
How's everything?
I completed 96.
96?
So Francis is 94.
Oh, so he's 94.
And I'm 96.
And you are 96.
Exactly.
Right. Wow, you are all welcome.
Thank you.
So different year groups.
Yes.
And how does it feel to all be from different year groups, but you're all from the same school?
Oh, it feels wonderful. We have a sense of belonging because we are like a family, irrespective of when you completed.
Yeah.
You have an identity that you are part of Ashaiman Senior High School.
Right. It seems like Erica is shy. Erica, you shy? Because we are seniors. Not just immediate seniors, like seniors.
Like 30 years senior.
You know?
30 years.
Anyway, tell us a bit about Ashaiman Secondary School. Senior high school.
So Francis will take that.
Yeah.
Ashaiman Senior High School is around the Temashama Enclave. It's situated 400 kilometers away from the main Tulaku and Ashaiman Timber Market. We share boundary with Ashaiman Waterworks. The school was established 1991, and our first headmaster was Mr. Amakuji. He was in charge of the school. He was a father to us. He was a security man at the night time. He was a beza, like 1,000.
Right, yeah.
He was a beza daytime. He was a security man at night.
Yeah.
He was an English teacher too.
Right.
So he stayed on the compound and made sure that everything went on smooth. You know, those times in Ashama, the place was not pretty continuous. So you have to make sure that the building materials they were using to construct the school, the iron rod, the cement, everything will be intact so that the project can move smoothly. Yeah.
Wow. So how has it changed over the years?
Oh, it has changed drastically. Why? Because looking at when we went to the school, it was only one-story building with 8 classrooms. We have 1 class for home econs, 2 class for agric, B and C, and the D class was a visual arts school class. Yeah, and it has changed drastically. Now when you go to the compound, we have other buildings. The school initially started as an agric school now. Like 2014 thereabout, science was introduced into the school. Now we have visual arts, we have science, we have agric, we have business, and we have general arts.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you look at the young ones now, how does it make you feel?
It makes us feel that there's potential, there's hope for the future. Over the years, at the beginning, the school lacked many things, but for now, now that we've added a lot of courses like science, we have general art, we have business, it feeds into our theme for the anniversary. That's unlocking potentials, embracing 21st century skills for a brighter tomorrow. So we want to give the next generation hope for the future, such that they will acquire skills that will let them survive in the future.
Right. Now let's talk about the 35th anniversary and speech and prize giving day that's going to be happening. What do you have in line for us?
We've had a series of activities already, like cleanup, like games, like floats. Tomorrow is the combination of everything. We have speech, we have prize that will be given out to best deserving students, to some of our old past teachers as well. They'll be honored, and then some other stuff.
Right. Okay, let's speak to Erica.
Okay.
Erica, how has the school changed over the years from what you heard?
Okay. So as for when I went to the school, I saw that some things changed because our current headmistress, she took us through some things like when the school was first established, and I've seen a lot of changes. For example, our assembly hall, and also the science department, and now they also have some girls' dormitory, like supporting some of the girls who live afar. Yes, and our labs too. I think they are building on it, so that's a big change I've seen too.
Right. So
I think the canteen as well.
Okay.
Because at first I heard they used to sit outside to eat, but now we have some manageable building for us to use.
Right. So when you look at some of the people who have, come out from the school, like notable people like our very own Elvis Darko of, New Center, how do you feel? How does it make you feel?
Like some people say our school is not that big, like famous, but I've seen like the one just mentioned, Mr. Elvis, and also Madam Yaira, she's a big name. Also some past MPs, some of them past students of our school, they are MPs. So I feel good, I feel okay for having such people in my school, because especially when I go out and they ask me, which school did you attend? I'm like, Ashama Senior High School. You didn't get any school that Ashama Senior High. No, we can also make it. And we have some people, even in our national science and math schools, people degrade us. But looking at some of our contestants, like I did Derek from my batch and my senior Dixon, they did well. They also performed well in their WASSCE exams. So I feel okay. I feel good. And I feel privileged to have them in my school.
Oh, you feel privileged. I like that. I actually like that. So that's a very, very inspiring thing to say, that you feel good, and it's also good to hear that you look up to some of these people. And there's no bad school. That's what you should know. Yeah, there's no bad school. As long as you're learning, there's no bad school. But the 35th anniversary, why is it important to involve everybody?
It's important because over the years, as my sister said, because of the name Ashaiman, a lot of people don't want to become associated with the school. I tell you, there are some people who are making it out there, but they don't want to be associated with Ashaiman.
Yeah.
But this is the time to come back, to rebuild. Okay, let's forget about, put the apathy behind.
Exactly.
Let's come together as a team, as one people, as one family, and change the narrative of Ashaiman, so that everyone out there can know that Ashaiman, there's something good in Ashaiman. It doesn't matter what the past was. Now we have hope. Now we have potential. So we want to involve everyone, irrespective of whether you've even attended Ashasek or not. As long as you've lived in Ashaiman, as long as you're in Ashaiman, come around, come, let's celebrate, come, let's dialogue together and see how we can build our school for a better tomorrow.
Right. So Francis, any last words?
I may say that looking at a humble beginning is just like a homecoming to all of us, because the school started with 31 students and 3 teachers. Now we have almost like 1,300 students.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we have grown leaps and bounds. So we are grateful to all those who supported the school from year 1 out to the 31st anniversary that we are celebrating.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's happening where?
On the campus.
On the campus itself.
Yeah.
Starts at what time?
Starting from
8 a.m.
Yes, 8 a.m.
All right. Thank you so much. It was really nice having this conversation with you. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it. If you are from Ashaiman, or you live there, or you even went to the school, it's time for you to go home. It's time for you to go home and celebrate the 35th anniversary and speech and prize giving day that's going to be happening on the 15th. That's tomorrow, November 2025, at the Ashaiman Senior High School. Go and support and go and make it better. In studio with us, we had Victor Chrome, who's an executive member of the 1994 year group, Francis Nyako, 1996. Francis Nyako, who's an executive member of the 1994 year group, and of course, Erika Nate, an old student of 2024, and that was just last year. Thank you so much for joining us. And ladies and gentlemen, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be back with more.
Grateful that you stay with us here on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. Just gone by was a conversation with the old students from Ashaiman Senior High School, and Chris did that with them. Earlier was the Abri girls, and also was the diabetes issues, among other things on the show. But you know we cannot wrap up the show without telling you what you should expect at Agri Fair 2025, the November edition. And in studio to do that for us is a call Kumsin. One party not to follow 2 girls.
No. One party not follow 2. One party they go follow 2 girls. That's normal.
Oh really?
Yeah, one guy he can follow 2 girls. That's normal. But 2 guys.
It's okay. Don't take me into it. Anyway,
I said because of Chris. I just want Chris to come for me.
Agri Fair, Charlie, how is it going?
Super exciting. We are ready. I mean, for us, we are ready. Channel 1 TV and CTFM, we are always ready for our events. Before we even come up with the idea, the team is briefed and everybody is ready to go. So we are super ready, and I'm super excited about this as well, because when we did it the first time in June, I remember very well myself and DJ Mingo, the Monday, we were asking people how often should we organize this event, and for the first time people were like, oh, you guys need to organize 3 times in a year, once every month, once every quarter, twice a year, all of that. And I was just like, wow, this is really good. And for CTFM and Channel 1 TV to say, hey, we've organized this event before, but we are going to do it again the same year, it tells you like the value we created with what we organized. So the November edition is coming, and this is very critical because we don't want you to go and be all over Accra trying to get your Christmas shopping. Don't worry. Christmas shopping, we've made it easy for you. Just be at Agri Fair, and everything you need for the Christmas, you would find it there. When it comes to food, fresh produce, the tubers, the vegetables, the fruits, fish, livestock, poultry, everything, we have it there for you at the AgriFest. So it's going to be super, it's going to be awesome. And I'm waiting for it. I'm looking forward to it. 28th, 29th, 30th of November is such a good way to wrap up the month. And we start 1st December on Monday, fresh. Then everybody goes into it with excitement.
Does it look like the slots are finishing?
Oh yeah, they are running out really fast. So make sure you call 0558 973 973 to make your payment. I mean, the registrations we have a very good number of registrations. People have called to register, but you need to make payments. Payment is what guarantees you a spot at the AgriFest 2025, the November edition, because it's good to register. It's good to express interest, but the only way you can get to be part of this good thing that we are doing for Mother Ghana is to make your payment to get your spot. So if you want to bring your fresh produce, you want to bring your livestock, you want to bring your poultry to the AgriFest, make sure you call 0558 973 973 to register and make your payment. If you call today and you register and make your payment today, you are way ahead or you're a foot in than someone who called, let's say, 2 weeks ago and has not made payment. So make sure you call now to make your payment. Also, for every single person who wants to be there to come learn about some agricultural practices, what they can do as well, don't worry, you can be there and it's absolutely free. However, we'll be having clinics, because last year we had the poultry clinic, we have the snail farming clinic, and a few other clinics as well, where we had people being trained in how they can do some backyard farming as well. So this year it will be happening for piggery, poultry, snail farming, all of our rabbits, micro life. They say rabbit is micro livestock. So rabbit as well, how do you, take care of your rabbits so they can grow, multiply for you to have some to enjoy. So it will be a holistic experience for everybody that gets to be there as well. It's free for patrons who want to be there to experience it. Also, we'll be adding the maddest touch. Will be the entertainment. We cannot do it. City cannot do anything without entertainment. Jamboree. Yeah, City cannot do anything without entertainment. I think this is the company where people call to ask, are you paid to enjoy yourself or you're paid to work? And I'm like, I'm paid to do both, because I'm enjoying myself while I'm working, and it's such a fun experience. So that's what is happening, and it's going to be big, it's going to be beautiful, and I'm looking forward to it.
Our sponsors.
Yes, once a very big thank you to our sponsors. We have Legacy Crop Improvement Center being part of this as well. We have Development Bank Ghana being part of this. We have the Ghana Exim Bank being part of this. We have Gesell being part of this as well. And there's one more person.
Horticulture.
Horticulture Business Platform also being part of this as well. So yeah, I think I've covered all of them, and they are holding us down to bring you the AgriFest 2025. I'm looking forward to it. So let us all be part of it. It is such a good time to come get your Christmas produce, to go have such a wonderful festive season for the year 2025. I think it's going to be such an awesome time, and we are going to have a good time at the AgriFest.
But before we end this conversation, how many people do we already have who have registered and paid for?
Oh, I can't be able to give you the numbers as of now, but we have quite a number of people that have registered, and we are calling on all those who have called to express interest to make payments. It's very important. Like, make your payment to get your slot. I nearly said last year. Last June, when we had the very first edition, it was overwhelming. Like, the numbers were overwhelming, and the people that showed up, even on Friday, was overwhelming. So make it a point to make your payment, because
I foresee that by next week there would be
the sold out
flyer out there. So make sure that you are getting to be part of this event, because if you do not make the payment early, like Chris would say, you've snoozed.
You will lose.
So you've lost.
If you snooze,
you lose. Anyway, so like a core concern is here, we still have to move on with entertainment. We definitely don't end the show without entertainment. Your brother, well, he'll be on the show soon.
Oh, okay.
We don't end the show without entertainment on Fridays.
Nobody likes to sit
We need to really tell you what is going to happen in the entertainment world as we wrap up the show. Today is a Friday, so you'd have to know what is really going to happen in town and all that, which places you'd go, which places will be jamming and all that. And of course, we have Fifi Annan, Jeffrey Fifi Annan, and also Akor Kumsing in studio to tell us what is going on.
But why did I sit in here, by the way? Like, you have to sack me.
I'm accustomed to this particular place, and I feel like it gives me the power to be objective and not do PR for anybody on the show. Yeah, I'm not like someone.
So those who sit here,
that's not what I'm saying. I'm only speaking for myself.
You just like being close to Chris. That's what I want.
Anyway, she looks resplendent.
These people, when they come on the set, they don't want to go. Let's start with this. What do we have this weekend?
Even before we dive into the stories, I think we are happy that the creative space has also been
mentioned in the budget.
2026 budget. Yes. So the National Theatre is going to be rehabilitated. Why are you laughing? There's going to be one in Kumasi as well. Yeah. So we are hoping and praying that it will happen as soon as possible. Yeah.
You know the budget is projections, right?
Projections.
Okay, cool. So let's.
But they can't lie to us.
No, but he's not like he's just projecting. He has not lied to you.
So they will not do that thing.
No, I'm not saying they will do it.
Only I trust us. He will force. Take us away.
What do you take us away? Take us away.
Yeah. So
if I'll take us away, then I'll talk about this. Because the teaching experience is happening tonight at the National Theatre. So if you've not gotten your ticket, make it a point to get a ticket and be there. Because I'm going to be there and we are going to jam.
Proper jams. If you've experienced in Chinchin before, and if you've experienced a Kokumsin in this entertainment element before, you know it's going to be fireworks. So yeah, be there this evening, live and Cali.
But take us away.
Shatta Wale and Stonebwoy might unite, hopefully. Yeah, so Sarkodie was at Family's 2 in a Guy UK tour. After performing, he promised that he was going to take the Rapaholic concert to the UK next year. He promised to bring Shatta Wale and Stonebwoy.
But I don't think there is any beef between the two.
There's friction between them.
It's a showbiz beef. It's not.
But if you've seen both of them do their things on social media, like yes, it's proper rivalry.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a cold war.
At this point, there are only 2 people that can bring them together. His Excellency, the President of Ghana, and Sarkodie.
Really?
Yeah.
But Kofi Annan has done a good job by bringing them together before.
That was then.
Yeah.
And look at where we are now.
But we are here because of showbiz.
Anyway. So yeah, that's what Sarkodie is saying. He mentioned other Ghanaian actors who are R2Bs and Black Sheriff. I mean, we are just anticipating the 2026 Rapaholic in UK concert.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to like the Rapaholic, and I'm just I think Sarkodie should go for the big kill. You know, he should just do the O2 and shut it all down because I feel like he has the potential to do it. And sometimes recently I was talking to like one of our big men here in the entertainment space globally, and he's not just like restricted to Ghana but globally. He manages one of the biggest reggae bands in the world, that's Still Pulse, and he was like, sometimes we think about sold out as like we have to fill the whole auditorium. No, if O2 Arena is 20,000 people and you think you can fill it with 10,000 people, you print 10,000 tickets, it's a sold out event. So I think they shouldn't think about filling the whole auditorium, but they should go there and give it that kill. Like, we should go for that kill once and for all. So they shouldn't be like our Nigerian brothers who always have one over us. Now I think they have more than one. They have
multiple 2, 3, over us.
4.
Infinity.
Yeah, because Ashake has done it, Davido has done it, Burna Boy has done it, Wizkid has done it, this boy
Rasta has done it,
Rema has done it. So they have 6 over us.
It's easy, cheesy peasy.
Listen,
the O2
for it. Yeah, the O2 Arena.
I think Medical did it.
No, so Medical did Indigo at the O2.
Oh, okay.
Like
so that's a compartment
in the O2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is like 2,000 to 5,000. No, it was there 2,000, more than 2,000 capacity, which is good, right? But I feel like Sarkodie should go for the kill, man. He should go for the kill. The O2 Arena is what we are looking forward to.
You can actually sell out tickets without necessarily filling the auditorium.
Oh, yeah, Charlie.
I mean, if you've
Go for
printed 5,000 tickets and all are sold out, but on the D-Day 5,000 people do not appear, you've made your money. You've not lost anything.
Sure.
Just
But
give.
people want to see the numbers.
No, just give those who are there the performance.
Do you know the number of black seats, like the seats they cover with black cloth at this Davido and all this? It happens. So Charlie, they should
It
go
is
for
what
it.
it is.
O2 Arena, London, Rapaholic, 2026. We are looking forward.
Yeah, and let me take my
hats off too.
Yeah, so our brothers and sisters in Jamaica that have been hit by the Hurricane Melissa.
The Hurricane Melissa.
So dancehall artist Shatta Wale he says he has donated some amount of money to support them.
You know he has his fan base there. as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, he's big in
Massive.
Jamaica.
Vibe Cartel.
I mean, to have an affiliation with Vibes Cartel, the landlord of Jamaica proper. I mean, so yeah, heartfelt. What can I say?
Heartfelt condolences.
Condolences.
But is it condolences? Yeah. I don't know.
Heartfelt condolences to the people that lost their lives.
We are sorry to other people. I mean, that was a big one. I think it happened like a week or 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
And it was massive. I actually have a friend who was hit by that as well. We're in a group together, and then she recently said she just got back. So apparently electricity power, like light, has been down for some time, network has been down for some time. So it's good that we are sending relief items today. I think the President of the Republic of Ghana also did the same by sending some relief items there as well. So
the Jamaicans are like our brothers.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I hear the Jamaica is Jamaica. There are cants that went there, they will say Jamaica, and it became Jamaica.
I don't know what I was saying. That's what I was saying. I mean, yeah, let's talk movies now. So you know the Rifa Film Festival? It's happening this December. It's a 3-day festival that brings together all stakeholders within the movie space across Africa to connect, to exchange ideas, and the icing on the cake is the awards. Finally, the movie industry has its own TGMA, and it's not just limited to Ghana. So yesterday...
But they've been having it, right? They've been having movies.
Yeah, but this
Ghana Movie Awards.
Yeah, this is like a festival. So it's a 3-day event. So after the networking and conferences and what have you, then we do the awards as well. Yeah. So yesterday, nominees were announced. You had the Deputy CEO of the National Film Authority, James Gardner, being there. Gideon Aiko of the Creative Arts Agency, Roslyn Ngisa, a whole lot of Kasum Scenario, who is now the Ghana ambassador to Spain, right?
Yeah. Ghana's ambassador
she
to
was
Spain.
there as well. James Gardner picked a couple of nominations. He had Ghanaian movies picking nominations, Nigerian movies picking nominations. Beautiful, beautiful night. And I just pray we all get on board to support this great initiative, because we really need to up our game when it comes to movie production and all it entails here in Ghana. And I think these are some of the ways in which we can try and level up.
Okay, so...
No, before we go, so the former General Secretary of the MPP is saying he would hope to get Shatta Wale on board so that he will bring the youth to the NPP. Yeah, so that's what he's saying.
We should make him the running mate.
But you know what I'm thinking? Can they afford Shatta Wale?
Oh, they have the money. Once they have the men, they have the money. They can be able to afford Shatta Wale.
So it's easy cheesy.
Oh, it's easy cheesy. If Shatta Wale doesn't partner Cheddar for 2028, is it 2028? Yes, 2028. Yeah. If Shatta Wale doesn't partner Cheddar, they can do something.
Anyway, let's see which political party Shatta Wale will enter.
They can take them big money. Take them big money.
Money that we can buy another Lambo.
Anyway, interesting one.
Before I forget, belated happy birthday to my good friend Sandra Jo. Yesterday was your birthday. I love you so much. Keep glowing.
Beautiful. So, on that birthday note, happy birthday to Jonas Robert Hola Amabel. You are 3 years old today. I pray for good health and long life from me. That is Cindy Ajua Cranting. Another one, too, that we have here, a birthday message coming on the console right now is today marks exactly 1 year when you came into this world. You brought joy and happiness on our faces, and you are a year old today. I wish you happy birthday. May you grow to be that special, perfect person God has created you, Jaden and Nana Yao, Edu Ochre, from Mr. and Mrs. Edu, a.k.a. Kwame Yesu. God bless you.
All right, and we have one here. Happy 4th birthday to my precious princess, Liliana Dudua Ofe of African Preparatory School of Hope. You light up our lives with your laughter, love, and endless joy. Watching you grow into the amazing girl that you are fills my heart with pride over every single day. May your days be as magical as you are, filled with love and fun and all your favorite things. We love you to the moon and back. And this is from your dad, Patrick Ofe, your mom, and your siblings.
Well, that's how we wrap up today's edition of Breakfast Daily here on Channel One TV. It's the Friday edition. It's been an exciting one. I am Philip Nilate.
And my name is Chris Carter. Happy weekend.